animations and turning off a lot of displays and so on. So we're joined here. This game is split up into 4 different parts. So you actually control different kinds of teams throughout the game. And in part 1, we control the Dawn Brigade, which is led by Mekkah. She's the main character, one of the main characters of the game, and she's a light mage, but she's really weak and fragile. But she kind of helps out chip some damage on the enemies in this area. So the goal in this chapter is to route, and every chapter has a different objective. Route, defeat the boss, seize the throne, or so on. And in a route chapter, you have to defeat every enemy on the map. So the other character here, his name is Edward. He's a sword user, and he's going to be important for our first few chapters because he's like our only decent-ish offensive unit because he's fast. And it's important for him to get some strength and speed from his level ups, but we're not really going to be using him long term. He also has a skill called Wrath, which if Edward is at 30% of his max HP or lower, then he will have an extra 50% chance of getting a crit. And to quick kill the boss here, he needs to get a single Wrath crit.
Which he never gets.
Yeah. This is easy mode, but like in a speedrun setting, easy mode doesn't necessarily mean it's easier to speedrun itself. And there's actually a lot of differences between easy mode and normal/hard mode. Like, the objectives are different. For example, the objective in this chapter here in easy mode is to defeat the boss, whereas in normal and hard mode, it is to have Mekkah escape. So yeah, we just got a new character named Nolan. He's typically a pretty good character. Gwimpage isn't going to be using him too much, because he's kind of more of a bulky character. But he's going to be really handy to deal a lot of damage at once, because he uses axes. Mekkah here visited the village to grab a hand axe, which is a 1-2 range weapon that Nolan can use. And 1-2 range weapons are very important because it allows you to counterattack and both 1 range units and 2 range units like magic users and bows. So here's
this is a bit
Nolan
weird
can miss the boss.
This is a bit weird with Edward's strength because I'm missing a point of strength.
Yeah, like, for this chapter to go really smoothly, you want Edward to get 2 strengths out of 2 level ups, but if he misses a point in strength, that's just enough for this to go a bit slower.
Okay,
wow,
at least I beat the map. Edward isn't normally this cruddy. Well, he is, but not this cruddy. So it might make this clear a little bit messy.
This chapter is actually, I think, takes longer in easy mode, because in easy mode, this chapter is a route chapter, whereas in normal mode, your goal is to get Lara to the top. So this actually takes a little bit longer in easy mode from what I remember. So in route chapters, in often cases, you kind of want to spread out your units, so you try to clear as many units as possible, because the weakness of like having one strong unit is that there's only one of them. They can't be everywhere at once. So Edward and Leo are going to help out, kill a few enemies in the middle center. Nolan's going to take out the units in the bottom right area. And he's about to get Soth, who's kind of the quote-unquote Jagan of the game. For those not familiar with the term Jagan, which is probably like 5% of you. Basically, the Jagan is a unit that's that joins really early, is a higher tier unit than most of your units, and it's very powerful, and has very high base stats. And Soth is going to be carrying the majority of Part 1 alone because of his really good base stats. But also, he's not going to be a very useful long-term unit because he's very limited by his class and weapon type. But he's going to be carrying quite a bit because he can one-round pretty much everything in Part 1.
Yeah, and because of transfers, Soth is like a returning Path Radiance character, and with transfers, Soth is a bit unique. He's basically super broken.
He's more broken than usual with transfers.
Yeah.
Like, what we mean by transfers is when you complete Path of Radiance, you can transfer your Path of Radiance data to your Radiant Dawn, and depending on what you transfer, certain characters will get certain stat boosts, and we use a transfers file that's the theoretical best possible transfer file. For the most part, it doesn't change that many actual strategies, it just makes the speedrun a lot more consistent. It doesn't actually change as much as you think. So Soth here, is going to grab the chest, I think. I believe it has an energy drop, which is a stat booster. And when you use an energy drop, it permanently increases a unit's strength by 2, which is going to be really important soon.
I got the crit. Pretty lucky.
Nice. Yeah, that crit does save time. So.
This run's pretty consistent. It's just like there's lots of little weird things that add up that you don't really have control.
So there's a new concept here called yellow units, and you have sort of some control over them, but you can't really control them directly. So Gwimpage is gonna have the 2 yellow units just kind of hide in the corner and lure some enemies away while he tries to get his units down the right side. The goal of this chapter is to defeat the boss, so he's gonna try to get Soth to blitz the boss. And this is another one of those chapters where the objective is different depending on the difficulty. In normal and hard mode, your goal is to get Mekkah to the bottom, whereas in easy mode, you can just defeat the boss.
Yeah, there was an adjustment I had to make there because of Edward. Normally he has a steel sword in his inventory, but he doesn't.
A few people in chat are talking about how the transfers work. So generally speaking, in Path of Radiance, if a character hits level 20 and they cap a stat, the Radiant Dawn equivalent will gain +2 bonus to that stat, or +5 for HPP. Soth is a kind of an interesting exception, where his stats directly transfer to Radiant Dawn. But so we're using a file where he has a theoretically perfect level ups and transfer directly into Radiant Dawn. So Soth is kind of a god in a sense. Like, look at that 28 luck. But like, it honestly isn't really that big of a deal in a sense, because like his Path of Radiance averages are like actually lower than his Radiant Dawn base stats, I think. I don't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, anyways, this is the first chapter where Gwimpage has the access to the base, which is where you can buy stuff, manage your inventory, and most importantly, forge stuff. So when you forge weapons, you can basically create a weapon and alter its might, crit rates, hit rates, and so on. Gwimpage actually deleted a support here. Supports are really pretty useful in this game, but they waste a lot of time in the long run because every time a support is activated, you see a kind of a minor blip that wastes time. So he's better off just removing the support.
Oh, all these weird little things.
So he forged an extra axe for Nolan, I think, and an extra Thunder Tome for Ileana. Ileana is actually going to be very useful in the top area of this map. This is a route chapter, so his goal is to kill everything on the map. Ileana has pretty respectable base stats, especially with transfer, so she can take out a lot of the units at the top with a forged weapon. On the downside, she's very fragile, so she can only really take one at a time. And he also bought a Beast Killer for Soth. Beast Killers are a really good weapon. They're pretty powerful for a knife. They have 20 crit rate, so they're basically a killing edge, and they're effective on Beast Lagoos, which this chapter is entirely composed of Lagoos. So Gwimpage is also looking for 2 hidden items on this map. He just got the Master Seal, which allows you to early promote a first tier unit to a second tier, and he's also going to be going for the Beast Foe skill, which is on the left side of the map, and that'll come into play in part 3.
Yeah, this map has a bunch of Lagoos, and they can only attack you while they're transformed in their animal form. And we can kind of bully them while they're not transformed.
What a bully. Confirmed in stream, Gwimpage is a bully.
Dang, man.
Yeah, so hidden items aren't guaranteed to be found when you put a character on it. By the way, the Seraphobe is another stat booster. Gwimpage is battle saving here because this boss has a 1% chance to crit Ileana, and it's happened.
I'm scared, okay? I've been traumatized.
I've been robbed by that too, oh my god. Alright, so he actually wanted Ileana to get a point of magic. I think she gets 2 levels in this chapter, and she wants a point of magic in order to one-shot a Myrmidon in the next chapter.
She crit
Not
the
a
boss,
big deal.
though.
Oh no, she crit the boss, so she got 1 less level. Never mind.
Marathon luck.
You got lucky with Soth, though. Your Soth already capped strength at 22, which is pretty important because he wants as much strength as possible early on to be able to one-round Armor Knights. Because he actually has trouble one-rounding Armor Knights if he doesn't have enough strength. Alright. Oh yeah, so now what Gwimpage is going to do is he's going to grab some money and then start forging a lot. So you can forge iron knives, and iron knives are really useful because there are 1 to 2 range weapons on Soth, and iron knives are really weak, but if you cap out their might, then Soth's Soth's stats are basically enough for him to carry with the iron knives and kill everything at 1 to 2 range. So that's going to be pretty useful for pretty much every chapter Soth is in from now on.
Yeah, the knives are really good because they're cheap and they fight at 1 to 2 range.
Mm-hmm. So right here, he's using Aaron to actually weaken a Myrmidon because Ileana can't one-shot the Myrmidon anymore. Aaron is useful. So shoving is a kind of a neat mechanic in this game that's introduced in Path of Radiance, where you can use a character's turn to move another character one tile, and he's going to be using quite a few characters to shove south. Shoutouts to Meg VP and Leo. So his goal is to get south to the bottom right corner of the map as quickly as possible to kill all the enemies here. And in easy mode, this map is a route chapter, whereas in normal and hard mode, this is a 5-turn defend chapter. So you want to have south kill everything on the right side as soon as possible with the forged iron knives.
We also have a bunch of NPCs at the top of the map. So
yeah,
we're supposed
pretty
to be
good.
Rescuing them, but honestly, they can just fend for themselves. They're that good.
They can handle themselves. Gwimpage just got a new unit called Volug. Volug is a Laguz unit who typically follows the standard Laguz rules where you have an untransformed and a transformations form, but Volug has a skill called Half Shift, which allows him to always stay transformed, but he only gets half the benefits of being transformed.
Yeah,
Volug's really useful.
Double, but he only gets like 1.5 times.
Yeah, plus
stats.
50%. The Volug's really useful because he has pretty respectable offensive stats. He's relatively tanky for this point in the game, and he has very high mobility. He's going to be pretty useful for quite a bit.
Yeah, the reason why we have to shove soft is because there's like sand tiles kind of throughout the map, and thieves don't have, I don't know, they don't have their full mobility. Yeah, they don't have their full mobility unlike in Path of Radiance for some reason. So it was pretty important to get those shoves off so we could reach this healer in time. Because he doesn't attack, you kind of have to bop him so you can end the map.
Yeah, shoutouts to Ileana putting in work here again. I kind of like Ileana in early game. I feel like she's semi underrated in early part 1, but she's kind of afterwards.
Yeah, I feel like she's really good for just instant promoting with the Master Seal. It's not like you're really gonna use her later.
Yeah.
Feels bad, man.
Feels bad. I'm hungry.
Alright, so Jill and Zyhark joined and everybody, so we're gonna...
Yeah, we just got like three really good units. So Jill is a Wyvern Rider, and if you've seen Fire Emblem speedruns before, you know that flight is kind of very important. So Gwimpage is gonna stuff all of these stat boosters on Jill with +5 HP, +2 defense, +2 strength, and also early promoter, and give her a forge. And Wyvern Riders in particular, in this game, are not weak to bows, making her even better. So he's going to dump all of his a good chunk of his bonus experience into Jill. He's looking for a point of speed here, which she's almost guaranteed to get from bonus experience. And that's because without transfers at base, Jill needs +2 strength, +3 speed to plus her promotion in order to one-round the boss of the chapter 162. With transfers, that means she only needs 1 point of speed instead, meaning you can reliably beat the boss without having to grind her on generic enemies and pray that she gets strength. Yeah, those days suck.
Yeah.
So, like, speedrunning this game without transfers sucks, because you have to like waste a minute having her kill like 8 cavaliers and pray that she gets strength, and it just sucks.
Yeah, this used to be like a big bottleneck.
Like that chapter's like a huge bottleneck. It sucks.
It's like, hey, is Jill gonna cooperate? No. Oh, I guess
No,
you're going
time
back
to
to the start of the game.
This is another route chapter. Soth, Jill, Toroni are gonna kind of spread out and pretty much slaughter everything. If I recall correctly, these are the nights where Soth does need cap strength to one-round them reliably, I think. Or maybe that's a normal mode thing,
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
It's been a while since I played
here.
DP, so. It's important to note, Toroni is taking out some of the knights in the upper right corner, and one of those knights has a hammer, which does a lot of damage to Toroni, but he's Toroni, he like never dies, and we're gonna pick up this hammer, which is gonna be really important for endgame.
He gets put into resolve HP.
Yeah. It's like, oh, there we go, resolve, resolve, resolve. Oh, the time gone.
And the hammer's a really good weapon in this game.
It is, because like generals are really bulky in this game, and being able to pierce through their armor with the hammer, which is very powerful by the way, like I think 13 might, is very useful. So when a weapon is effective against underneath, in most Fire Emblem games, when a weapon is super effective, say a bow on a Pegasus Knight or a hammer on an Armor Knight, the might of the weapon is tripled. So in the case of the hammer, I think it has 13 might. If you use it on an Armor Knight, it has 39 might, which is ridiculous.
Alright, so we're wrapping up this map here. This chapter is actually split into 2 parts, so we're gonna immediately start on the next section of the map after we kill these enemies.
As you know, the Beast Killer, while he's still using the Beast Killer on non-Beast Lagoons, because it's still a very respectable one-range weapon.
Yeah, it has like
8 might, I think?
Yeah, it's 1
8
more
might,
than our
20.
Forged Knives, so it was actually pretty important on using it there to reliably kill that Armor Knight.
The Gwimpage does kind of want to keep an eye on Joe's level ups here. You want obviously want as much strength as possible, but like you want pretty much every stat. For reasons we'll explain later on. Like, so as long as Joe gets a lot of stats, it's generally fine. So this chapter is a defeat boss chapter. And surprise, we're basically gonna throw Jill at the boss and blitz the boss. So Jill has the stats to barely one-round the boss now, and the boss also has a skill called Paragon, which, when equipped, doubles your experience gain, and it should come to as no surprise who we're going to use it on. Whereas Volok and Toroni are going to go hide in the corner. So like in speedruns, you want to avoid as much combat as possible in general, because like it wastes time, and like if you don't need the experience, you want to avoid it when possible, which is one key difference between like speedruns and say low turn counts, because in low turn counts you want to be able to like manage your experience and get a lot of experience within your turn counts.
Whoops.
Oh no, Volug.
Oh yeah, we have a bunch of NPCs here. These guys are yeah, these guys are called the Chump Squad. They don't really do anything except kind of die.
If I recall correctly, like Fiona in hard mode, Fiona can die in like turn 1 from a crit. It's kind of pathetic.
Yeah, best character Fiona coming through.
Yeah, like you would think she's a good unit because she has a horse, but
she's
her
awful.
horse hurts her. Not only are her base stats bad, but her horse actually hurts her more than it helps. Due to the chapters she's in. Oh yeah, bye boss. The boss has cancel, by the way, I think.
I think it's set to not activate on easy mode for some reason.
I've never seen it activate on easy mode. In normal mode, I've seen it activate, but not in easy mode. But yeah, so he's going to the base conversation to grab a Brave Sword, which is a really useful weapon. If you're not familiar with what Brave weapons do, they allow you to attack twice per attack. And Zyhark's going to be using the Brave Sword through part 1.
Yeah, the base also lets you kind of talk to your army, and sometimes they'll give you different items, or people will join, and all sorts of different things. And in that one, you just get a Brave Sword for no reason. I mean, I'm not complaining. It's a really good weapon.
So he gave Soth a few shoves, and we just got a few green units in the bottom right corner. They're all pretty respectable units through part 1 and pretty useful, but they're gonna disappear for basically the rest of the game. But for now, they're gonna be pretty useful.
Yeah, they're very powerful. Morim is like easily the most.
Morim is ridiculous.
Like ridiculous unit we have at the moment.
Like 42 or 43 attack at this point is kind of ridiculous. Like Morim and Vika are both very mobile, which makes them kind of useful, and Tormod, while he's not as mobile, he's a sage with pretty respectable offensive stats, and he's very accurate too. So he can actually attack up this ledge and usually kill the sage up the ledge. Yeah, and for those not familiar with the ledge mechanics, when you attack up a ledge, you lose 50 hit, and vice versa when you attack down a ledge.
Yeah, Tormod's just that good to be hitting that dude, even with the minus 50 hit.
I think he has like magic weapon triangle advantage on that guy. That's partially why, which helps. Magic weapon triangle being relevant.
The weapon
wow.
triangle being relevant outside of heroes. Oh,
I know.
Geez.
Let's go.
Alright, so this map's another route.
Yeah,
the only trick
this
here
chapter
is like
sucks.
all of your units are like spread apart, and there's lots of kind of annoying things that could go wrong on this map.
This is a route chapter, so you need to defeat all the enemy units, but you do have some nice tools to help out. We have Nyla, who is the first of the many Laguz royals in the game. She's kind of crazy OP. And we also have Raphael, who's a really useful unit overall. He's basically the quote-quote dancer unit of the game, and dancer units, or singer units, allow other units to move again. In Raphael's case, he can let all 4 adjacent units move again at the same time, which will be very relevant later on in the run. But I think we might have a donation in if someone that they want to read.
Oh yeah, now would be a good time.
Yeah, this is a good time.
Now would be a good time.
Yeah, this is a good time.
Yeah, sure. Let me go ahead and read the ones we've gotten so far. So we have a $10 donation from Vio, a $25 donation from Kyle Fairburn, a $25 donation from Anonymous, a $25 donation from Eisen, $75 donation from Skirpman, $10 from Blue, and finally $150 from Boogaboo. This
Wow.
is after we started streaming with the text, "Let's start the stream with some money."
Woo!
Good luck to you guys.
We'll need the luck for Jill.
Need the luck for poison.
Oh yeah, poison sucks in this chapter because if you get poison, you have to watch the poison animation at the start of every turn,
Oh,
and like
this-
half the bandits have poison weapons.
Yeah, this was actually an ideal 1-8, so I'm pretty glad about that. The annoying things about the bandits in this map is their stats are kind of random, and Soth already has a strength cap at this point, so you can't get them any like stronger. So you kind of just have to put up with, am I gonna kill this bandit with either a crit or him not rolling HP or defense? It's really awkward, and it's just kind of slow if the bandits survive.
So those level ups at this point aren't exactly relevant. I think 24 speed might be a threshold to double Cat Slane Part 3, but other than that, his stats don't really matter.
Yeah, even then, you only fight like one cat.
Yeah. Your chat, have a cat. Alright, so Gwimpage just got some money and an important skill called Pass. And the Pass skill allows you to move through enemy units, which is going to be very important in the chapter after this. You should play the Black Knight theme. Black Knight theme.
Oh yeah, this is kind of like one of those plot chapters. They don't do these that often. This one's okay.
Like
Borderline kind of not fun.
Yeah, like gameplay wise, it's kind of silly because it's a fog of war where you can't see where anything is, and Micaiah dies to everything. But story wise, it's kind of badass because you're like controlling the freaking Black Knight.
Oh yeah, this is the first instance where he's playable.
Yeah.
Because he was like a big bad guy in Path Radiance. And then all of a sudden he shows up just like, hey, I'm here to help.
Shoutouts to the Black Knight being an assist trophy in Smash Ultimate.
It's just absurd because Alondite lets him attack at range. He's very fast. He insta-kills anything if he activates his personal skill Eclipse.
Yeah, his personal skill Eclipse like negates defense and does like ×5 damage, so he's
Yeah.
like guaranteed to do like over 300 damage or something.
We'll beat up the boss.
Beat him up. Eclipse.
Dang, man.
Oh no,
Blown
only
back.
like 112 damage, only 121 damage, or however much that is. Ooh, Mekkah's on his way home. He said he'll be here in like 10 minutes.
Ooh, okay. Alright, so we're actually at the endgame for part 1.
But that was a fast speed run, 30 minutes. I thought your estimate's like 3 hours.
I know, right? Pack
Okay,
up,
so
boys.
everything here that Gwimpage is doing is to prep for part 3 because this is the last chapter that this team is going to have access to like forging or anything, or this kind of armory and stuff. And a lot of the party members are also going to be leaving, including Tormod and his crew. And he's preparing some. There's only one unit on this team that's going to go to Ike's team in part 3, who is Eliana. So he's going to give Eliana things like the Savior skill or the Celerity skill or the Brave Sword, and so he can give it to Ike's team because Ike's team makes much better use of those tools.
Yeah, they also use them for a lot longer. Micaiah's team kind of gets the shaft here.
Kind of.
You don't play them for very much longer compared to Ike's team. So it just makes more sense to put the more useful items on the team that's going to be putting them to good use.
This is a pretty cool chapter. You kind of have to climb up all these stairs and ledges to get to the top, and this is a siege chapter, so he has to get Micaiah to the very top. So he's doing a lot of setup here to basically get a few characters to carry key units like the Black Knight and Micaiah, and try to get them to the top as quickly as possible. And here we're going to see the first instance of Raphael using his singing ability, Vigor. So he's going to let Jill and Nyla move again. And Nyla's pass skill is going to come in very handy here, because this allows her, she has very high mobility and can climb up ledges without really any penalty, so she can just kind of go through the enemies and kill them from the top.
Yeah, something cool to note is that Raphael will actually refresh everybody surrounding him. So he can refresh up to 4 people at once, and it's very important. We're going to be taking advantage of it whenever we have him around.
I think there was a runner who had the Black Knight attack the sniper up the ledge, and the Black Knight double missed. He has like 85 to 90 hit.
I've been so scared of that. I've missed
I'm
once.
always scared of it too. I mean, the Black Knight can miss once because he one-shots the archer, but it's so scary because if you double miss, then you're kind of screwed, and the entire strategy just dies.
Yeah, it just falls apart because you're blocked on the ledge and you can't really climb up there or anything.
Shoutouts to Volug carrying the freaking Black Knight. Or was it Nyla? I don't remember.
Yeah, Nyla.
Imagine a giant dude in black armor riding on a skinny, buff wolf. So Jill Gwimpage also prepped a few forges for Jill. I think he prepped 2 steel forges for her so that she wants to use through part 3. Because again, this team's not going to have access to forging anymore, so we want to use that forge as much as we can. That's going to be useful for this team.
Also, we're going to drop Micaiah in front of all these scary dudes. She's only like level 2 at the moment. No biggie.
Shoutouts to rare footage of the Black Knight being unequipped. This is faster because if he's equipped, he will kill like 2 extra units, and you want to avoid killing stuff when possible. Morim can kill one of those units untransformed because he can like crit one of them with a punch. It's really funny. I think it happened in Gwimpage's AGDQ run. It's hilarious. It's like, Morim, punch! Crit.
Alright, round 2 against Gerard. And we crit him again. I kind of wish I put the animation on.
Why didn't you play the animations?
I should have! What's wrong with me?
What is wrong with you? Well, there's part 1. That's probably like sub 30 minutes or something, right? Let's see what
28-20.
Yeah, 28. Shoutouts to Micaiah promoting from level 1 to level 1. Yeah. This is now part 2, and he's gonna be using a completely different team now. Part 2 is kind of a shorter part. It's kind of like a transition part, and kind of a part where it's like, oh, hey, you missed these Path of Radiance characters? Here they are.
Yeah, everybody in part 2 is basically a returning character from Path of Radiance. So you get a lot of, I guess, nostalgia from and all these different characters. Like, LNC was a princess in Path of Radiance, and now she's a queen, so you see stuff like that. I think Heather's like the only new character in this part.
So none of these characters like strictly bad per se, but we just got a character named Har, and he's very popular in this game for a good reason. This is a defense chapter, I believe, and even if you defeat every enemy unit on the map, the chapter doesn't end. So you're better off killing only units that are gonna get in the way and then just waiting in the corner.
Pretty much.
Yeah, just watch Har.
Yeah, and Lindsay's like really powerful at this point in the game too, but she comes with a slim sword, which has like no might and doesn't really.
Our god Har. Wait,
Oh, that's
do you
the
kill-
first time
oh,
I've
you
ever
did.
seen him miss anybody here. I didn't even know he could miss.
Me neither. Wait, I forgot. Do you actually kill everything here in easy mode?
Yeah, you do.
Okay. I'm
Everything
just mixing
should
it
be
up
one
with
round.
mode speedrun. Oh, no big deal. It's hard.
Oh, whoops.
Oh, spooky boss.
This
Miss.
dude. Poor guy, he's trying to hit hard. Can't. Oh, I should have saved. This map can be a bit silly. So this is probably another one of those plot maps. You see people like Nephany and Braum just kind of, oh hey, there might be a rebellion starting or something against Silencia, so let's kind of beat these guys up. And
Hey guys, time for another donation. We got $25 from Jarhead HME, who says, "You bully that AI Gwim just like you bully people in DBD."
Gwyn bully. Hard is love, hard is life. So Gwimpage is actually just shoved a Myrmidon because one, shoving is faster than killing, and two, that Myrmidon has a poison weapon. So you don't want Braum to get poisoned because that wastes a lot of time. But this is a defeat boss chapter, but Gwimpage is actually kind of delaying his completion of the chapter a bit because he wants to recruit Heather, who's going to spawn in the bottom right corner of the map.
yeah, you
Heather's
only have
gonna
the
be
two
important.
units, and they would be like attacking units or whatever. It would take a very long time for them to kind of get around the map. But they didn't really account for you to just kind of getting to the boss too soon. So Heather kind of spawns up really late. There she is. She's a really important character. We need her for later on, and her skill.
More like, we need her for one item and her skill, pass. Because pass is very important. So how this battle plays out between Nephany and the boss can vary a lot. He kind of wants Nephany to be in wrath range so he can quick kill the boss, but Nephany can also die, just outright die, just goes unlucky. Especially since Nephany's hit rate's kind of iffy. I think it's like 70-ish.
Yeah,
Because she's
it's not
using a
very
weapon that
good.
weighs her down and is really inaccurate.
Thankfully, it went well. I've seen that boss fight go very wrong just because
I've
she
seen
just,
it go
like, missed.
very wrong. It just sucks.
But Transfers Nephany is like super OP against that boss.
Like Nephany's one of those characters where like she benefits a lot from transfers because like her stats are just under the threshold to be like pretty good. So this is actually another chapter where the objective is different depending on the difficulty level. I believe in normal and hard mode, the objective is to get Lucia to the upper right corner of the map. Whereas in easy mode, you just have to defeat the boss, which simplifies this chapter a bit more because you don't have to bother with like having Lucia manually arrive or whatever. You just have to defeat the boss. So Lucia and Mordecai are gonna pretty much blitz to the upper right corner and kill everything in the way because they're both offensively pretty powerful. And Braum's just gonna be here tanking everything and activating disarm. Mordecai, the Blue Tiger, he's typically a really slow character, but like he doubles generals because they're even slower. So.
Yeah, these armor knights are like, they're snail's speed. Morty's like normally a very slow character, but he's somehow faster than these guys. Ooh, I got really lucky there.
Yeah, ideally you want to crit the boss. Lucia does have a respectable crit rate, but it's not like super reliable. You basically have to wait through the enemy phase if she misses. That's probably the last time we're gonna see Lucia used. But she's not gonna really be playable anymore for the majority of the game.
Feels bad, man.
Feels bad. Which sucks, because her offensive stats are pretty respectable.
So we're swapping control with another group. We're still Lindsay's posse, but just a different group of units.
Yeah, so Gwimpage is the one who's leading the charge with the Brave Lance. He's gonna get a Brave Lance and do you get the Silver Axe? No, you don't. Okay.
Yeah.
Nah. And he also recruited Mekkah, so he deselected Astrid just because it is faster to deselect her than deploying her. She gets in the way.
Hey guys, we do have another donation This one, $25 from Zach, who just says Fire Emblem smiley face.
Fire Emblem smiley face. I like to call Joffrey Gwimpage because Gwimpage's avatar is like almost always Joffrey. It's like his favorite character.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Just this map is a bit long. There's a lot of really weak enemies in the way. This is a siege, but there's really no way of speeding it up aside from just ramming through all of these enemies here.
Yeah, like you can't really speed this up outside of just having Gwimpage move as far as possible every turn. Because you can't like carry him, you can't like shove him, and you can't like refresh his move either or whatever. So, and Kieran's here to help out because like Kieran is also has pretty respectable offensive stats. He's actually tankier than Joffrey, I think.
Yeah.
But he's there to kind of just kill a few units in the way. And we are looking for a point of speed from Joffrey's level, which he did get, so we are set. If he does not get a point of speed, he needs to hope for a point of speed from bonus experience in part 3. But if he naturally gets a speed level up, then Gwimpage can immediately promote Gwimpage with a Master Crown, saving a bit of time.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this map is... It's kind of slow, I feel.
It is a slow map. This is like a precursor to Endgame of Part 4, where everything is like route map. Watch everything just die on Har or something.
It's actually funny. This is the map where I kind of was working to find out what was causing fast enemy phase, because just after AGDQ, Don151 was like working on 0% growth for this game, and I remember him kind of like messaging me as like, hey, the camera seems to move fast sometimes when I hold the B button. It's like, oh really? What do you mean? It's just like, I thought he was like high or something.
Gwimpage mentioned fast enemy phase, and that's kind of a camera glitch that he's abusing because this applies to Path of Rains and Radiant Dawn, where basically when you end your turn with the camera speed moving quickly, then that camera speed carries over through enemy phase and other phase. So every time the camera moves between units, it's moving way faster than usual, and this saves like a few minutes over the course of the entire run.
Yeah, on its own, it doesn't really seem like it saves much time, but it really adds up over like the course of the entire playthrough.
Like in one chapter, if you have the camera moving between like 40 units, then it adds up.
Yeah, this is just the map where I kind of actually discovered, or like figured out a consistent way of doing it. Because before then, just like, what do you mean? Your camera's sometimes fast.
I know. So like every time Gwimpage ends turn, if you see him noticing, if you pay attention, he always moves the cursor a little bit quickly before ending turn, and that's him trying to abuse fast enemy phase. So yeah, Brave Weapons let you double attack doors when you normally can't double attack doors, so that's kind of nice. There is a soldier, I think it's halberdier, I don't remember, that carries a droppable speed wing, which is going to be important later on.
Yeah, it's actually the only reason we moved Kieran this far into the map. We could have just stopped moving him after the second turn.
I think this is the speed wing that's used on Har in the next chapter, because he's going to send it to Convoy immediately after filling up Kieran's inventory.
Yeah, it's used for Joffrey after promotion.
Is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because he needs a point of speed or something to double the boss later on.
So this is the finale of part 2. This is a lot of people's favorite chapters because it's like, story-wise, it's kind of like this massive epic. The music's awesome, and this is like this massive epic castle that you have to defend for 15 turns, which is not a lot at all. But thankfully, you can also end it early by defeating the boss. So what Gwimpage is doing here is he's dumping all of his bonus experience into Har. And since this is easy mode, you have just enough bonus experience to promote him immediately. Did you forget the speed wing?
No.
Okay. Because like I don't know if you actually killed that halberdier or not.
I did,
but maybe. Okay.
Chat's
Okay, so how bonus experience works in this game is that every time you level up, you always gain exactly 3 stats. So like it's really easy for characters to cap out every stat with this method because you're always consistently gaining like 3 stats over and over and over again. And when you cap certain stats, you gain stats in your weaker areas.
Okay, I was very nervous about Har speed. I've been getting lucky with him in practice for like the past week, but then I was really nervous for the actual thing. I got my speed.
Yeah, he actually wants Har to get a point of strength here because 1, I believe it lets him one-shot the boss, which is nice, and 2, he does need that point of strength next time he uses Har in part 3 to one-round a boss. So he's gonna just throw Har in the middle of everything there, unequip him because you don't want to kill anything since it wastes time. And then the boss is gonna go ahead and attack Har, and then, yeah.
Yeah, this is one of those maps where it could be one turn, but it's slower to set up the one turn.
Oh yeah, it is. I don't remember. I think it's like theoretically faster to one turn, but not by much, and it's riskier because Har can miss the boss because of biorhythm, from what I remember. I don't remember off the top of my head.
One-shot him. It takes longer to set up because the boss can attack you at 2 range.
Oh right, yeah.
Because on normal mode, there's normally an enemy where the boss just attacked Har from. So,
yeah. Now I'm
yeah,
thinking
the boss
mode,
would,
yeah.
the boss would have to attack him at 1 range and kind of eat a hammer to the face. But here he can attack you at 2 range because easy mode for some reason has less enemies.
Also, the correct pronunciation is Marsha because that's how it's pronounced in Japanese, according to Don.
Okay.
If I see people arguing in chat, I'm like, I know I pronounce it Marcia all the time, but it is Marsh. So that's too bad if you disagree.
Darn.
Part 3, Ike's crew. The very OP crew.
Yeah, this is pretty much all of the Grail Mercenaries from the original game, Path Radiance. And they're all very good. They got a lot of stronger. Ike is no longer a chump. And we still have good old broken Titania.
Yeah, Titania is kind of like the quote-unquote Jagan of Ike's crew. Sort of, except everyone's good anyways. But she is like the highest level unit, and she's like the most powerful, besides arguably Ike. But like this is a really annoying chapter because the goal of this chapter is to get Skrimir to arrive in the upper right corner, and Skrimir is a green unit, and we have a bunch of green units that we can't actually control, and they get blocked by enemies. And we're looking for a 6th turn, but there's only so much that Gwimpage can do to help the green units, and sometimes they just don't cooperate and you lose a turn, which costs about 1 minute.
It's very long because every turn it goes player phase, enemy phase, and then it's the NPC phase, and there's a lot of them, and we have to watch all of them move with every turn that goes by. So it's really important to try help them clear the map in 6 turns. And a lot of the times it's just not possible because AI is very dumb and don't want to cooperate. So we're doing a few things to make it easier for them, like making good use of these ballistas. We just want them to break through each of these barricades, just a few of them, scattered throughout the map. Alright, so we have a few NPC playable characters later on.
Yes.
They'll join later on. They're very good, and it's really nice when Renulf or Skrimir will attack an enemy and usually kill them instantly. That like barely happens.
The worst thing is if we have like an A strike cat go up front, because like so there are a few cats that are really low level and can't do anything at all, and if they go up to the front, they like just waste your time and block it.
Yeah, because
which is kind of interesting.
The Lagoons only have 1 range; they can't attack at range, and these corridors are kind of like narrow. And
yeah,
they
so like
getting jammed.
it's called a traffic jam, and it's just so annoying. It's funny because like in normal mode there aren't any A-strike cats, so normal mode is actually more reliable to get a 6 turn on this map than easy mode.
Hashtag
funny.
kill A-strike cats.
Kill the A-strike cats. Also, hi Mekkah.
Kill them. Hello.
You
Hi, how
missed
are you
your
guys?
appearance in chapter 2-3,
Mm-hmm.
where you just stood there and did nothing.
Oh,
I don't even think you
that's
crit the.
unfortunate.
You didn't even crit the armor knight. Feels bad.
No. That's
Feels
terrible.
bad.
You can use to say it was like a good luck charm. Hey everyone, I'm here too.
Hello,
Hi, Grexter.
welcome back.
Hello, Harkin.
Oh, these green units.
Oscar is green unit. He's pretty good.
He is a green unit.
He's very green. He's also fighting with his eyes closed and he still hits everything.
So that general up there, I think, has a horse slayer, which is why you want to attack him at range.
Yeah, and he's also really bulky, so it's nice just chunking him before you have to kill him next turn. He doesn't move, so you can just bully him at range.
Yeah, there's like some random enemies that don't move. Like you see that Swordmaster that Gwimpage is just leaving alone. That Swordmaster doesn't move. Leave him alone. I don't know why.
I'm never saturated with Radiant Dawn. It's the best. It's the best looking game by far. No exceptions.
I share that opinion too. It is my favorite looking game.
Rip cats.
Oh,
You'll be missed.
cats. These cats.
Whatever. As long as tigers are in front, I'm happy. I'm happy, man. Or Ranulf. Ranulf's good too.
If I remember correctly, the cat being up front isn't that bad as long as they're not A-strike cats.
Yeah, Gwimpage told me the other day that cats are actually marginally better than tigers against some enemies because they double.
Yeah, they
like,
double.
defense. Like they kill mages in one round apparently, but I think
They do.
tigers can want to KO them sometimes.
Sometimes
If you weaken them, they always can.
Yeah, so like ballista them or something.
they'll like survive at 1 HP if like you're unlucky though. I'm kinda...
Oh, nice
Whatever,
level up
you're
Titania.
dependent on Skrimir anyway.
I wanted to shoot that armor knight, but I believe in this cat. He's gonna clear the way.
Believe
for
in the
everybody
cat.
else.
Are you sure you want to believe in the cat?
Not really, but I have to. I feel like he's gonna get attacked
got
and
two
he's gonna
shots though.
untransform.
But he's gonna attack before and transforms though. Like he's not gonna he's gonna miss, right? That wouldn't happen.
He might
with-
untransform before
yeah.
attacking. That's
The worst
I'm
thing
scared
is if
for.
an untransformed Lagoose is up front and they just kind of
Yeah.
stand there and do nothing. Usually.
But
I've
they
seen an
can punch.
untransformed cat just stand there and heal.
Literally the worst thing.
It sucks. Oh, there we go. All right. So this should probably be good. What turn is this? Turn 4, I think.
Yeah.
So Gwimpage is gonna do a kind of a take drop with Ike to get Ike closer to the boss because Titania actually can't double the boss if I can remember correctly. So Ike is the one who needs to defeat the boss. It's also nice to get some experience on him anyways, just for bonus experience conservation.
Does he need that for anything?
It's nice, if I remember. I'm probably mixing up easy and normal mode strats because I speedran normal mode most recently and I haven't touched easy in a while.
He joins with S, right? Because I think his base is A and then he has like transfers.
Yeah, I think so.
And does he need SS ever?
I don't think so.
It doesn't sound like it
No.
because he has like
Unlucky.
Oh, the coin. You knew it! Coin! I called it! Coin!
Just a random
Amazing.
coin.
I was like, Gwimpage just said no. I have a bit of stream delay. Coin? Yep, coin.
correct.
The coins aren't necessarily a bad thing, but like you never need them in a speedrun, and if you get a coin, it wastes like a little bit of time now and a little bit of time later when you want to do like some inventory management because they just get in the way, so you sell all of them.
Hey man, Gwimpage used the coin in the practice round to ensure the kill on Izuka. That was neat.
Yeah.
Forged javelin because his spear broke.
This is looking pretty good. I don't know where Skrimir is, but I
Yeah, this should
think
be
it's
a
close
6
enough.
turn. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, like this is a turn where
Skrimir's-
Skrimir needs to be within 9 tiles of the blue tile.
It could be 9 tiles, but it's hard to count tiles when there's no.
Six.
There's no
Oh,
real
no, wait,
grid
wait, wait.
sometimes.
Oh no, I think that's 10
He's
tiles
one,
away. I think.
Yeah, he's 1 tile short.
Yeah,
It's because he
like
attacked an enemy, like right beside
so that's a
him.
turn lost right there, and there's nothing Gwimpage could have done about it.
Grimir,
Skrimir.
cooperative
have-
line.
I have the seize point open, and all of the enemies are blocked off where the Lagoose can't attack them, and it's just like, dang man. What are you
He's
gonna
actually
do?
protecting the priest because a Lagoose killing a priest just wastes time.
Yeah, it's really dumb because Skrimir normally like attacks in the middle of the turn, but for some reason on the start of turn 6, he almost always moves first. And Skirmir's a big dumb, and he will actually like prioritize attacking instead of ending the map.
Yeah, it's so annoying.
Or what about like turn 1 where he just fights like the weakest enemies nearby? Instead of running towards the seize point. He's like, oh, there's a weakened enemy here. Let me just kill him.
Let me go backwards.
Let me just walk backwards to kill this random soldier that's gonna die to freaking A strike cat. All right.
All right,
I like
what's
this
going
map
on here?
for the Gwimpage. They're really cool.
I actually like this map a lot. Like, I think it's a cool route map. He's dumping a bunch of bonus experience into Titania to promote her. And Titania like caps half her stats thanks to transfers and bonus experience, and she's kind of a goddess now. So he's gonna be carrying. Like for the part 3 speedrun, part 3 is gonna kind of turn into like a Har kills everything. Titania's on cleanup duty, basically. So Titania's like the best unit after Har on part 3, basically.
High move, 1 to range, uses axes. Can't go wrong with that.
Like her growths are also pretty solid overall. I think her defense and resistance growths are like pretty bad actually, but like her bases are so high it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, and she gets soul.
And she gets soul anyways, yeah.
Which is like the best mastery ever.
Like
Because it heals you and it like kills everything.
when you enter when a human unit turns into a tier 3 unit in this game, they learn a mastery skill automatically, which is in most cases basically a you die skill. But in Titania's case, her class learns soul, which does like triple damage and also heals herself. So it's like one of the best mastery skills just because not only do you kill the enemy, but you heal yourself.
Yeah, all mastery skills are basically, I think it's like skill divided by 2% to kill an enemy generally, but then soul has like the side effect. It's kind of like an extra critical rate.
Flare does too, I think. Like it
Yeah,
heals yourself.
Flare is also like one of those skills that doesn't always kill because it has resistance instead of, something ridiculous like Eclipse where it's like doing 5 times as much damage and halving your defense or something.
I think it negates the defense actually, so it's like 200 damage.
It's like kill everything 5 times over.
They were probably like, oh, these mastery skills really suck in Path of Radiance. Let's just make them really good now.
Dude, at rate, they're literally just wastes of time a lot of the time.
Oh,
So how about all those?
Path of Radiance Deadeye was a good wholesome skill, okay?
So about Mangs' playthrough, the number of times Oscar activated Soul uselessly.
I think Oscar's soul rate was determined by his HP. Like, the higher it's like HP percentage, basically. 100% HP means 100% soul proc rate.
Exactly.
I think there's also a Horse Slayer on this map somewhere, but I forgot where it is. Like, upper left, I think?
The what?
Horse Slayer enemy. on this map.
I don't remember.
There was someone.
It might be.
No, that was just the last map.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Maybe there's one in that corner up there, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's a different mode. I don't know. Maybe it's hard mode. I just remember.
Yeah, like the enemy positions do vary quite a bit depending on the difficulty.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, the reason I like the Gwimpage so much is because they are so different, almost every one of them. They have like different purposes early on, especially the last chapter, because this chapter you don't really need them anymore because you have like super uber Titania. But like Gatri is very bulky, but it doesn't double anything. And like Titania can move very far, but she doesn't kill everything because she doesn't have its highest speed. Back then, before she was promoted. Oscar
Before she was promoted.
Yeah. And then like
Sheenan, it's good.
Yeah.
Sheenan's
kills
like
everything, but he's like no one range, yeah.
Yeah, he's like one of your units that reliably double.
Yeah.
It's like Shin, Nick, and Mia, basically.
Yeah, it's like Shinan has like the best combat besides like Ike in a vacuum, but he doesn't counter attack on enemy phase. And he has provoke, so he gets attacked more often than you would think. Even for like 2 range on a unit.
Okay, so Gwimpage just picked up a silver card, which just for this base, he can buy anything he buys is at half price. He also just got Har, and he's gonna stuff Celerity and Savior on Har. This is also the chapter where Ileana from part 1 joins Ike, so Gwimpage has a good chunk of stuff from the Dawn Brigade, including Celerity and Savior. And for those not familiar with what they do, Celerity increases your move by +2, and Savior allows you to carry another unit without any penalties. And he also just bought like what 15 hand axes or something. Yeah. Gotta spend that money.
You think that's enough?
No, actually, you have to buy more later, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely have to forge more later.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you had to buy it later, you would think you could just buy whatever you need now, because it only takes 1 menu. But you definitely have to forge them later, because enemies get tougher. I like this map, because enemies are like, oh, I don't see any enemies in range, so I'm just not gonna move at all. Except one Wyvern Knight.
Just a random
They can't reach anyone they can attack, so they're like, okay, you're just gonna stand here then. I can do anything.
This boss is why Har needed a point of strength, because 32 needs 32 strength to two-shot the boss. He can miss the boss, actually. He has like a 97 hit rate. I've seen it happen in a run. It sucks if it happens. Because it's like, oh, well, there goes all my Tomahawk uses. I need to forge an extra hand axe for later on. Dang it. Also, that's a sick level up from Har. Har does need 27 speed, I think, for like chapter 3-5.
I just
Not a
find
big deal if he
3-2
doesn't hit
funny
it.
because like the map is way shorter than the base.
Yeah, it's one of those chapters.
You spend more time prepping like for everything else, and then you just instantly finish the map.
At least next map will be a bit longer. Ninjaing.
This chapter is pretty cool because like this
Yeah,
chapter, you have to
like-
burn all the supplies across the map, and it's gonna turn limit. And Gwimpage is basically gonna abuse Ninja Har.
It's like you have to seize 6 points basically. It's like a 6-tuple seize map. But anyone can do it. And you don't have to kill any enemies, so you'd rather just make the fights as short as possible by not countering. Unless the enemies are like too annoying, like they waste too much time if you leave them alive. I don't think that's many enemies.
I think Har's not gonna kill anything in this chapter except for like the last turn because there's literally an enemy blocking the last supply.
And even then, we brought a bronze axe just
Oh,
to
yes.
sandbag Har.
Like, yeah, because like bronze axes, like if you give him a bronze axe, Har has enough strength to like two-shot a halberdier that's blocking a supply, but that means that a few extra enemies are gonna attack him in enemy phase, and you don't want to kill them because that wastes time. So you use a bronze axe to prevent him from critting and to not kill the generals. So if Har activates stun, you actually lose like 10 to 20 seconds because that's an extra enemy dead. So it's like, wow, bronze weapons being useful.
Yeah, and we're just like strategically placing Har wherever he's gonna avoid combat. And in this case, we're moving him into a horse pen.
Yeah, if a horse blocks that tile, there is a backup strat for it, but it wastes like 10 seconds, I think. I don't remember.
It's
off the top
very
of my head.
minor. I think it's like less than 5 even.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah, it evens out because Har like spends a turn exposed here or something.
The horses are so dumb in this chapter. I think Soren in the story suggests that you break open the fences to the horses so that they are like broken loose and cause chaos, but you actually get more bonus experience if they stay alive or something.
Yeah, I don't think
It's very
them escaping
convenient.
affects bonus experience at all, from what I
Yeah.
remember.
They're just annoying. They can get in the way, I guess. I don't even know how they would get in the way. I guess they could get in the way of the enemies, because I don't think the enemies attack him, the horses.
Yeah, they don't, so they just exist.
They're
to
just there.
chill out.
This is a turn where Har is going to be using the freaking bronze axe. But there's one supply left that Ike and Titania are going to use, and Titania has the pass skill that she stole from Heather, so that's going to be nice here.
You're getting Blossom, right?
Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
like it.
Blossom strats.
Blossom strat. Saves like 5 seconds an entire run.
Yeah. Makes it way more complicated, but you gotta save 5 seconds, right?
Yep.
This is the Bronze Axe turn, I think? No, wait, this is...
Yeah, this is
right?
the bronze axe turn.
Oh, it
He
is.
killed the halberdier, and now he has to hope that the general Har does not activate stun on the general. Otherwise, he loses time.
That's the only way that you can kill the general, if you randomly proc stun. Har just can't stop killing sometimes.
The stun sounds like paralyze this guy, but it's actually like kill this guy, and then if he somehow survives, paralyze them.
But yeah, so on this last turn, Gwimpage is going to pick up the Blossom Scroll, which is going to be used on Tanith later on in the run, just so to reduce the number of levels she gets, which saves time.
Yeah, so in easy mode you get a lot of experience, and I mean a lot.
Like I think without it, Tanith hits like level 16 or 15 or something, but that with Blossom, you cut down on so many levels that it actually saves time.
Easy mode, you get EXP by breathing, man.
Yeah.
Remember, like, late game, like, the Goose Royals are getting, like, 40 XP per kill or something. It was so stupid.
This
So
is one of those
bad,
really
right?
cool chapters.
Oh, yeah,
So,
this
like-
is not a double C's, yeah.
This is a double C's where you have to get Ranulf, a new unit that disjoined, and Ike both to the top. And Ranulf is a Laguz unit. He has really respectable stats and he's very mobile, so he's actually pretty powerful, but he's really limited by his class, which has a really bad gauge where he doesn't stay transformed very long.
Yeah, different Lagoos have different rates that they can stay transformed, and cats have the fastest, like, untransform rate.
Like they have like the fastest transform and untransform, which really hurts them.
They can't stay transformed for very long, and every fight that they get into kind of makes them untransform faster, and in the cat's case, I think they can, like, fight maybe about 4 or 5 people max on one turn, and then they'll get their player phase and then just kind of untransform in front of the enemy. It's really awkward.
The worst is when they get attacked at like 2 range or by a ballista and they just don't even counterattack. They just lose gauge for no reason.
Yeah, it hurts. It feels bad, man.
Yeah. I think the annoying thing about this map is you have like savior. You have one savior. You can either put it on hard Titania, but not both. So one of them is gonna have to like lug around the unit and lose like half their skill and speed. But I think it's fine.
Yeah, Ronolf himself is very mobile, so actually on this next turn, he's going to have hard drop off Ronolf, so Ronolf can reach the top by himself. But Ronolf does need the pass skill in order to go through the enemies himself.
Oh, you mean Titania?
Titania has pass, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
That also works.
Ronolf is
Yeah, that
fine.
works.
He can climb up on his own.
Like that's a nice thing about Lagoons. You don't have as much penalties for climbing up ledges, so.
You guys mind if I butt in a little bit here for a speech on some donations?
As long as it's enemy phase, I'm cool with it.
Okay. So we have a $30 donation from Brady, who says, Fire Emblem the Blazing Sword came out in the US 15 years ago today. Lynn, also a quote from her, I can fight. I'm very angry. The food here was terrible, and they gave us hardly any. I will have vengeance. Thank you, Brady, for your donation.
Oh, yeah.
And to all donors, and you too, viewer, can be a donator. We have multiple prizes, and I will ramp them up a little bit, but remember that prize tiers are cumulative, so if you donate $25 today, you'll stay in the $25 donation tier for all following streams. So I'll come back in a little bit to vamp individual ones, but for now, stay tuned.
Cool.
Oh, yes, I dodged that coin. I always
No
get
coin
that
for
one.
you.
I always
Think
get
you would
that
never
one
thought you'd hear it.
specific one.
Coming on up the turn where you're happy that your Ike is level 20. instead of
Oh
level
yeah, if Ike's not buffed up, he actually has a pretty reasonable chance of dying here.
8.
If I remember.
I wonder what
Where
that would
have I
sound
seen
like.
that?
That Swordmaster has a Worm Slayer, by the way, and does like 15 or 20 damage to Har, but like he doesn't care because nothing else damages him.
Yeah, and it's funny
Yeah,
because I kind of left Har unequipped this whole map, so he
Yeah,
doesn't
Har
get any
didn't
more
kill anything.
experience.
I mean, again, you don't really want to kill anything when you don't have to, because like dying animation takes time, right? Like
It's like 2 seconds almost, I think.
yeah. And of course, the attacks themselves take a little bit of time. It's still faster. It's so much faster than like GBA, FE, or especially Path of Radiance. But it's still
Path of Radiance.
nice when you can skip it. The goose healing.
Oh, wow, cancel and crit.
Overkill.
Overkill much. Your Har's been growing pretty well. Like this is at the end of this chapter, you want Har to have 27 speed in order to double attack the boss of the next chapter. If Har's not at 27 speed, then Gwimpage is gonna have to bonus experience Har a lot. It doesn't really cost that much time. It's just kind of inconvenient.
Are you guys screen sharing, or is my stream just a little bit behind?
I'm watching Gwimpage's stream manually
Oh, okay. I should probably
Yeah,
do that too.
go on
Yeah.
my channel if you want to watch Delay.
with less delay. Yeah, so if you thought the first chapter with Har was fast, yeah, just watch this. I don't think I need to explain it.
Are easy.
Just easy button your way through the game.
Defend map, am I right? Defend map.
Defend map or defeat boss. Hmm.
I don't think this game has any defend maps that you actually have to sit out.
There's a few.
3-7, I think, and
You're
I
right.
think 1-5 in normal hard mode.
1-5, yeah. Depending on
I
difficulty.
think that's it.
Yeah. It's
I
funny how like
remember.
easy mode changes. Oh, how's Atil doing, by the way? Because the last one he had like bad strength, really bad strength.
We'll see.
I'll
This one
pay
seems
more
okay.
attention to her strength, so we won't have to worry about that.
Oh yeah, we're up with the Dawn Brigade again. So,
Is it the Dawn Brigade?
is it the Dawn Brigade?
They're at the same stats
Oh.
as they were
It's
back in
just
part
Jill.
1. But
Look at this Jill. Like, look at this Jill. She's getting swole. Like, she just capped speed, I think. She's about to cap HP, probably.
oh yeah.
This experience is
So with
good on Jill.
transfers, she gets plus 5 HP, and then we gave her 2 Seraph robes. So
She caps HP really quickly.
Yeah, she has like plus 19 HP from like just bonuses.
Oh, the strength is going pretty well.
Yeah, like
Surpassed the speed just now.
actually, Jilt has a tendency to not cap skill, which can be a minor issue like through Endgame with her hit rates, but it's not really that big of a deal.
Like how she got one stat. I think she just capped everything.
Oh, she did cap everything. Sweet.
Yeah, she only had one. She only got skill on the last level up, and everything else.
She
was
just capped it, so yeah,
Yeah.
sick. All right,
No, Megan Fiona.
Megan Fiona. Oh no.
Slyheart the glass cannon.
I'm gonna save because I'm scared of this stupid map.
Wait, this map can be scary actually.
I
So
mean, it's dark, so it's scary.
promotional.
If
Are you promoting her, man?
If Zyhurt misses this cat, then Mekkah just dies.
I've never seen that before.
I've had it
But now
happen.
I-
I've watched it happen to a few people too.
Really? I've never seen it happen. Wow.
Yeah, I know what to do if he misses.
What do you do? Rescue Mekkah?
You can't.
You just die.
You die. Okay, you roll over and die. Sounds good.
The strat there is actually go back to Mekkah and direct the NPCs to like do as they
Surround
please.
her.
So you have a turn of the NPCs just running around trying to save Mekkah.
This chapter is long. Because your goal is to defeat like 40-ish Laguz units. Jill's gonna like kill everything and fly really far out and kill more stuff.
Yeah,
Yes,
speaking
she's
of
kind of
rolling
another
over and
hard.
dying.
She's another Har, basically.
She
Zark's
is
gonna
not,
help out in the
yeah.
bottom area. Because he has Beast Foe. Think of how ironic that is. Which allows him to
Oh, yeah,
two-shot,
he's
pretty much two-shot everything.
He's like a hippie that loves Laguz, but he's got the beast foe.
So,
I mean, he's also fighting for his country, man. He's got to make a choice. You can actually like get him recruited to the other side if you try.
Yeah, you
That's-
can.
shout out to Mekkah actually dealing meaningful damage. Because so this is where like Soth really starts to fall off hard. He can't two-shot units anymore with the Iron Knife. So we actually need Mekkah's chip damage to finish them off.
Well, he
Yeah.
also has the beast killer, but I don't think that one it kills anymore.
It's not
does
effective against
I think.
untransformed Laguz. It doesn't have
No.
effective damage on them, so he can't really wander on tigers. They're just that bulky, and he still has the same strength stat at like from like
Like 1-5.
130.
22 strength, yeah. If only Soth could be third tier, man, instead of having to promote in part 4 halfway through.
Like he'd actually last a bit longer. In terms of being useful.
Kill is just so powerful. I like how she doesn't even need 2 range on this map, because everything has 1 range, so you can use like powerful things like the Brave Axe if you want to.
Yeah, I think you kind of want to alternate between the Steel Forge and the Brave Axe to conserve uses. I don't remember off the top of my head.
I think she two-shots anything with the Steel Axe, but she needs Brave Axe from Mordecai, I think, because he's untransformed.
She does need the Brave Axe from Mordecai. I think you also want to use the Brave Axe on turn 1 if Jill doesn't have like 27 at least 27 strength. I don't remember off the top of my head.
I think it's 24.
It's 24? Oh no, yeah, you're right. It's 24.
Well, guys, while we're waiting on these enemy phases, do you mind if I read out some of the donation tiers that are available?
Sure.
It's an enemy phase.
Sure. So, at the $10 donation level, you have the chance to win individual Fire Emblem Cipher cards of Sully and Alencia, signed by Amanda Miller, their voice in Fire Emblem Heroes. So if you're a fan of either of those guys, please consider a $10 donation. For $25, you can get a set of 2 holographic Fire Emblem Cipher cards of Sully and Alencia, signed by Amanda Miller again. So consider upgrading if you're a really big fan. At the $50 donation level, you have a chance to win a one-of-a-kind piece of art drawn and signed by Soda Ipe, who is famous for his art and art, among others, in Fire Emblem Heroes. At the $75 donation tier, our top tier, you have a chance to win a Crom Amiibo, an original box, signed by Matt Mercer, famed voice actor Matt Mercer. So, consider donating. Thank you.
Sweet.
Also, did that tiger that's next to Jill right now, did he just walk up to her, transform, and just not attack? Like he walked by her, I think.
Yeah.
It was so weird.
Don't question Fire Emblem AI.
Oh yeah, if
Yeah,
he
well-
does like artwork for Cypher, I think like if he drew like Authos, and it looks like really good. There's some really cool Cypher artwork out there.
Cypher artwork is glorious and gorgeous and amazing. Leth, bye Leth.
I left.
You were good.
They have like a unique
holy
battle
crap.
conversation with each other. It's pretty cool, but Jill just kind of destroyed Leth.
I just noticed. Doesn't Jill have 35 strength?
Yes.
Like I wasn't looking at the screen because it's like chapter 3-6, but holy crap, 35 already?
yeah, I kept
Cap, I think. Oh my god.
We're talking
Capped
about
everything.
paying attention to Jill's strength and just like, oh, it's capped. Okay.
All right, I think she does need like 30-ish strength for a strat to work out later on in part 3. I don't remember, but you have bonus experience to help with that. But if she already capped strength, it
Jill's
doesn't
is
even
so good
matter.
in this map, man. Like flying over the swamp, like sooner than anyone else can, is just so helpful.
She is literally the only unit on the team that can go over swamps
Slide.
unimpeded.
Like,
There are no
even
other
Volute
flyers on the team.
transformed, yeah. Even he kind of sucks.
Wow,
I
that
like
was
how
a
you got
really
the Black Knight for like 2 turns, and you left him alone. Now
Yeah,
you're gonna
like I
fight
think
the
it's
Black Knight.
actually okay in the speedrun for Zyhark to die, which he can die, I believe. He doesn't really affect the unit ordering, and then the Black Knight just spawns right on the turn where he has a chance of dying.
Let it be known that Kirbymastah said it's okay for Zyark to die.
People call him like Diehard sometimes too.
I think Mordecai has some kind of conversation with him about like, is it Zyhark or Zhark? And I think Zyhark like uses that as an excuse to join his army again. So, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Also, this is a survive/defend map, I think. So
This is a 5 chapter, and you can't
So you
speed
try
it
to-
up.
yeah, you try to minimize combat and enemy movement by killing things that like would cost a lot of time, but generally you try to avoid combat.
Yeah, which is like the complete opposite of an LTC, where like in an LTC you would try to kill as much as possible to get as much experience as you can. For the most part.
Yeah, I think LTCs use this map especially to get Soren staff EXP for the rescue staff. Which is funny. Like, I think they actually try to have Soren counter enemies
yeah,
with the staff.
that's how you.
Oh really? That builds up staff rank?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
how
it
you
does.
quickly build up staff rank. You just
Also,
go
we got
kung
all
fu
kinds
with
of
your
big-
staff.
I just want to say hard double sword masters, and that's stupid. Not be the case. That should not be happening. But yeah, we just got 2 more hearts that only have 1 range and have transform gauges. That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, this is totally the same map as we were just playing. It's just daytime and we're on the other side of the river.
It's kind of a cool detail, honestly.
And we're beating up Micaiah's team. Which honestly makes this map a lot of fun, because you get to beat up your own units.
And Black Knight gets to beat up your units if you come too close. Yeah, if you want to unlock like a secret character at the end, you have to have Ike fight the Black Knight and both have to survive. And a funny way to do it is, well, the Black Knight sometimes kind of destroys Ike, so you can use a Spectre card or a Reaper card or something. And there's like special cards that give you magical based attacks, but the enemy doesn't get a counter. So you just fight the Black Knight with a stupid card, and that counts as like an epic duel between them. And then you unlock the secret character.
Yeah, they start talking smack to each other, like, "Oh, my swordplay got a lot better over the
Yeah,
past few
my
years."
sword fight got a lot better. Here's a
and
card.
then Ike just throws a card at him.
Here, have a pot of greed. Do you know what this does? It allows me to draw 2 cards from my deck. Or 2 more uses out of this card.
Lets me draw 2 characters in the end game.
So he's kind of luring some of these foot units into the swamp because it minimizes their movement instead of having to move like 6 or 7.
Yeah, it's pretty
Ow,
funny.
okay.
Hars is freaking trolling these guys, like,
He actually is.
Come at me, guys. Come at me, guys.
Come at me. All right. You can only move 2 tiles here. I'll move like another 2.
and they
I am
just flies away,
disappointed.
and it's just like,
I am disappointed that you're not killing Micaiah, to be fair.
oh, true.
You should totally bop her. Just for fun.
I could go
It's so hard to
recruit
get him,
Jill,
get him to
and
her.
then we could have
That's
2
like
Hars.
usually- Oh, you should get Jill. That should not ruin things at all. This recruiter, what could go wrong?
Nothing at all.
I mean, you have Toronio anyway. It's gonna be fine.
Boots
I think there was
Taroni.
like a really old strat that Beacon used back in the day where like he used Toronio to kill Ike near the endgame of part 3.
You mean you use Toronio to make Ike say, "Let's hurry up and take this castle already. I'm bored."
Pretty much.
HP. Even the Black Knight started moving, but it doesn't matter because the map is over.
Survive chapters. Woo.
We survived. Good job. Good job, Mekkah.
Oh yeah, this is easy mode, so Gwimpage kind of has enough bonus experience to literally cap out Har.
True.
So like you want to cap out Har as early as possible because when a unit's at level 20, the experience bar doesn't show up anymore. So you want to do it if a unit's gonna hit level 20 anyways, which he's going to. So might as well cap him out now so you don't see the experience bar for every round of combat he faces.
You're gonna do the same for Titania, right? At some point.
Eventually, I believe. Yes.
Yeah. Like 3.
We just don't have
8,
enough bonus
something.
experience to do
3,
both
10.
of them at the moment.
Yeah. And obviously Har does more, so you do him first. I think he just capped HP, right? Or is it higher than 60 in this game?
It's
60.
60. Some
Yeah.
characters
Har's
do go
HP
over
growth is like
60.
actually pretty bad. Like
Yeah,
it's like 30% or something, I think.
It is, yeah. Oh, the rest looks good though, to be honest.
My menu's lagging.
Oh, he's got everything capped.
Yep, he's got everything capped.
Is that normal? I don't think that's normal.
That's normal in
It's
speedrun,
normal.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I thought I used to see like Hars that didn't have capped res and it would be annoying with the sleep staff, but maybe I'm wrong.
Oh, this chapter. So this is a route chapter in like this giant volcano cave thing. And the gimmick of this chapter is that there are these dark spots on the map, and enemies standing on it will always take 10 damage at the start of the turn, like this. It's kind of nice that the game demonstrates it for you. I kind of like that.
Yeah. And Gwimpage still goes ahead and puts Har on top of a volcano tile. What a dumbass.
Yeah.
I also did fast rock phase.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
you know
when-
what? Darn
This
it.
fast enemy phase, it does apply to the rocks as well, so you want to do it before you even start the chapter.
Oh, I messed up a little bit.
Oh. Psh. Oh. I mean, this chapter, I don't think there are reinforcements.
There aren't.
Oh,
there
I
are,
think it's
yeah.
like if you lose more than one turn. So like a one turn loss isn't a big deal, but if you lose more than one turn, I think it's like 2 generals.
You know what? I think I'm gonna do this. Wait, I don't have. Shoot. Oh well,
Oh, can
it'll
you,
be fine.
are you trying to? Oh, you don't have enough hand axes on Har.
Oops.
Oops.
Yeah, I
save?
didn't do my inventory. Well, actually, you know what? Let's
I'm
just
gonna
roll
use
with
Tomahawk
it.
for last turn.
Let's just roll with it.
Let's just roll with it. That makes it funner.
Did you
More
save
fun.
before the chapter started?
I don't think I did.
I don't think so either.
Gwimpage
Oh.
doesn't like saving.
Here he goes.
Yeah, I think Har is supposed to have like the tomahawk and 6 fresh hand axes.
Yeah.
Did
You're
you
supposed
forge
to
in a
use-
base?
You're supposed to use like
You don't
one
forge in the
every
space in
new
easy mode.
enemy phase.
Oh, I see.
And the reason why it's so important to have so many hand axes is not because you're actually going to use on every hand axe, but because you want to avoid a hand axe breaking there in the middle of enemy phase. Especially because like if you double attack a unit, but you only have 1 use left, you fail to kill them. So you want to make sure that your hand axe will never break in the middle of enemy phase, which is why you always want to swap to a fresh hand axe.
I'm gonna
This
swap
doesn't
to the
happen in
first
good
one
games
now.
like Thracia. In
You can just
Thracia, if you
magically
have
get
group
another
thing
use.
mid-phase, you can attack like 5 times with the same 1-use weapon. It doesn't matter. As long as
By the way, Kirby, when's Thracia?
After I play FE4, which will be sometime.
Which will be
Eventually.
never.
Hey, I have my next weekend completely open for once.
Ooh.
So probably.
No, you don't. You're gonna watch Extra Life on Saturday.
Oh, that's true. I forgot. I forgot this is every Saturday in November.
All right, 12-hour streams, 4 times.
Woo.
It's pretty cool.
I like the idea.
Yeah, last year it was all in one day pretty much, and I remember doing a
was
few
24
runs for
hours,
that,
right?
and it was really exhausting.
Imagine. I mean, it's spread over more people now, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Almost everyone does just 1 run, right? Or are we not allowed to spoil this? I have no
I
idea.
don't think so.
I'm
don't
new
remember.
here.
I don't know if like before the later Saturdays have been revealed or not.
I know one Saturday pretty well, actually.
Me too.
Yeah. Not this one.
Ooh, watching hard kill stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
Radiant
that
Dawn,
has
or
that guy has a
Radiant Power.
longbow. Thanks, dude.
Excuse me.
What? We could use the bronze axe, maybe.
He's totally not
Bronze
gonna
axe,
kill those.
Enemies here are so bulky.
Okay, that's 2. We have 4 more uses.
Just get a lot of stuns.
2
No.
more.
I'm
Oh
reading
wait,
on the
it's
chat that
broke.
there's more donations coming up, so if you got an enemy phase,
It's now. Do it now.
Do it now. Oh, good stun.
do it.
Well, at least you one-shot the shamans, dark mages, whatever they're called in
Oh,
this game.
true.
I think they're like dark sages, because every enemy at this point in the game is promoted.
Dark druids.
No, that's Nurgle. That's Nurgle's class dark druid.
Oh, jeez.
Wait, did you make it without the extra hand axes? That's cool.
I almost made it. I'm kind of
Oh.
short.
Well, one turn is fine, right? Just not two.
I think one turn's fine.
You gotta kill the priest, right?
Yeah, one extra turn should be fine. I've actually messed up this one before.
Wait, does Septimus have 2 range? No, he
No.
doesn't. What the hell?
No, he doesn't
What
even
the
move on easy mode. He totally does in normal mode though.
Man, I love easy mode. But Mage didn't die, unfortunately.
Hey guys, 2 quick donations to read.
Ooh.
We got $50 donation from Anonymous, no message, and a $50 donation from Brady again. It reads, I didn't know you could Yu-Gi-Oh! The Black Knight. Does that work for other battles needed for specific units?"
Yu-Gi-Oh! The Black Knight. That's
Thank
a good way
you,
to
Brady and
describe it.
Anonymous.
Okay, that was unexpected. I didn't realize he had a concoction to heal with.
That's pretty funny. You didn't want to be consumed by your beast.
What a jerk!
All these jerk enemies. Are you on the hand axes on hard?
Yeah, I'm
Completely
completely out of
Oh.
range.
Oh man, does this mess up biorhythm? Because like, I remember like Kirbymastah doing like vigor strats to like change Ike's biorhythm. I don't know if that's an easy mode too.
I don't think it's an easy mode thing.
It's an
I-
easy
I
mode thing. I
Is
just
it?
don't do it.
Oh, it's a
'cause
different
for
chapter.
weenies.
They do it.
He just doesn't. He's just too lazy to do it.
No, it's for weenies.
For weenies. Wow, rude.
Real men let that shit.
I'm hoping. I hope that you miss a Shara then.
Real gamers risk the miss.
I hope
on
you
a
missed the
Shara.
Black Knight.
Mr. Black Knight. Wait, oh, it also matters for Black Knight. Wow. Does it put
Yes,
Ike at
I
best for like
think-
both fights?
I think in normal mode it puts normal on Black Knight, best on Nashera.
Okay, so
But if you don't do anything to it, to Ike's Biorhythm,
It's worse.
I think
worse for both
it's
of
always
them.
worse on Black Knight. So his hit rate's like 70, 80, if I recall.
yeah, just to like elaborate for people who don't know, Raisin has a normal vigor skill where he like revitalizes his unit, but he can also have another one. I forgot what it's called. Do you know what it's called? Bless, and then or Bliss. And it puts a unit at max biorhythm, which I think you've explained biorhythm, right? At some point.
We actually haven't.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I can explain it. It's like a wavelength thing, and if a unit is feeling really good, then it's at best or good. And if they're feeling bad, then it's at bad or worst. And this can be -10, -5, +5, or +10 hit and avoid. And it's basically random, but you can control it because every unit has like a different wave of how their biorhythm works. So some units are like at best for a long time and at worst a long time, and some of them are like more varied every turn. And there's a point where Gwimpage uses Bliss on Ike to make sure that at some point in the future he will have high biorhythm and doing some important boss battles so he doesn't miss. Or misses less of the time. But he didn't do it because it's for weenies apparently. Also Joffrey.
Gaming
Bias.
Gwimpage. Hey, I see a Mekkah.
A Gwimpage and a Mekkah in this chapter. Wow.
Yeah,
Cool.
I know.
Use Mekkah. Do it. Climb the ledge. Do it.
Climb the Letke.
Oh, I'm scared.
Oh,
Why?
right. So did you actually forget the speed wing?
Well, I thought I moved Kieran in range and just assumed I got
He
it.
missed. He
Oh,
missed.
he did?
So that's why I mentioned it. I was like, he missed.
Oh.
Are you sure you got it?
I just assumed he was dead. Oh, well, we get our speed. Easy.
Easy. Don't have to improv. Yeah,
Wait,
so
you missed it.
Gwimpage needs 27 speed to double attack the boss, or with the Brave Lance to quadruple attack him. But Gwimpage is using weenie strats here by using Gwimpage instead of Marcia.
I know.
God.
Marcia's strats suck.
Yeah, it's harder to kill her if she's like buffed, so that's why you don't use Marcia, right? Pro strats.
Yeah.
I like how the Lekka near the start is being blocked by, I think it's like Danbet being in front of the guy, and he can't jump down, and he also can't attack because he's up the ledge.
Yeah,
So
like
he's
it's
kind of
kind
standing there like, there's this annoying halberd deer standing down this ledge, and I just have no idea how to deal with it. I'm just gonna stand
Yeah,
here
because like you can't climb up ledges if there's a unit on top of it already, and vice versa. So it's kind of an amusing way to block something, and it's perfectly safe as long as they don't have 2 range.
Yeah, if you're 2 range, that's bad news. Bad news. Also, there's like a spirit dust, I think, that can be found behind the boss, but only Marcia can reach it, basically. Or you have to get lucky to turn. Like, you have to fight the boss, and then Kanto on top of it, and hope you get it. You have like 1 shot at it. It's very hard to get. Completely useless, of course, but just a fun fact. Also, there's houses on fire, but Gwimpage doesn't care.
Yeah, speedrunning.
Burn, villages burn.
Okay.
You get more bonus experience if they don't burn down completely.
This is a chapter where we like to call it the Elincia Death Ball, because there's going to be a bunch of green units in this chapter from part 2 surrounding Elincia, and they just like kind of kill anything in the way. But they also waste a lot of time.
I'm a green unit.
They just kind of like move as a ball together, and it's kind of amusing. It's kind of annoying in a serious run because they can waste a lot of time, but it's also just kind of funny.
I like it when Kalila's like Meteor and she starts wasting it on random enemies.
Oh, I know! I hate when that happens!
That's why I take it off of her. Like, no, Khalil, no meteors. Bad Khalil. I like how in like LTC runs and like generally you want to use Raisin almost every turn. And for speed runs, it's generally like use Raisin once or twice to get Hara ahead and then just stop using him. Like
Yeah,
rescue
pretty
him
much.
with Savior, get him out of there.
Well, in this case, like Raisin's kind of in danger, so you kill somebody and then like get him out of the way.
Also gotta keep Elincia safe because if she dies, game over. Bad.
Well, she's actually like really powerful here. It's just when she gets hit, it's mildly annoying because she has renewal, and she'll heal all the way back to full every turn.
Yeah, but in the cutscene before that, she dropped her weapon. Like she dropped her MVD, so she doesn't counterattack.
For some reason, it dumps her entire inventory. She can be.
Oh, she
like,
does?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It ends up in the combo, right?
Like no, it doesn't. It just.
What?
It literally
Those, like,
dumps
the-
everything. That's why when
Damn.
she joins back, there's no physics staff or anything.
Oh.
Wow,
So
I
if
didn't
you want
know
to
that
keep
actually.
your physics from the end game, you have to trade it away.
That's
Because she'll
funny,
just leave
'cause-
it on the ground somewhere.
It's funny because like in Thracia, the part like I know I just mentioned Thracia for the second time for no reason, but I just love that game. But there's like a character that like also unjoins you basically and gets a new inventory, and they dump their stuff in the convoy. And this game was made in like 1990 or something. This game is like, no, you just lose basic, whatever, no big deal.
She just dumps everything on the ground, just like, oh, I won't need this.
I threw it on the ground. I don't need your handouts. I'm an adult.
Oh yeah, this is why Joffrey starts way better than Marcia. Did you see that, Kirby?
Wow, rude.
Clap. He just one round with a short spear at range. That dude
So
normally
Ike
spits
does
off.
get something out of getting access from promotion, which you'll see why. It's actually pretty relevant in the speedrun.
I like how the last part of the map is like just positioning hard in places where enemies will suicide because like half these enemies just don't move.
Yeah, like it's actually kind of funny and interesting at the same time to kind of route around that. Because it's like you want to try to kill an enemy that's out of the way, but also cancel hard into a spot
Yeah.
most exposed. Like this is a route chapter, and he has to defeat every unit on the map. So most of the enemies in the upper right corner don't move for whatever reason.
Yeah, I feel like generally for routes you want to do is like kill enemies in least amount of rounds of combat possible, but you have to kill everything anyway, so you don't try to avoid combat. You try to do as much as possible as soon as possible.
Yeah, with as few characters as possible too. Like there's a strat that I actually found that's actually cuts out like 2 turns, I think, where you use Ike and Gatry to help out with the bottom area because Gatry's ridiculous, but it ended up being like 5 seconds slower.
Yeah, because you got to move like Ike and Gatry like multiple times, I think.
Yeah.
between it. And they also
Like, it
don't.
adds up.
Well, Ike probably won rounds, but Gatry probably doesn't.
But this was with the early promoted Gatry, so taking that into account, it was like 5 seconds slower.
Oh, I see. Wow, but the Gatchery doesn't promote normally in this speedrun, does he? So that
No,
promotion
he
still
doesn't.
counts against your time.
Yeah, like that's
annoying.
5 seconds slower, including that promotion time.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting to see like how that works out. Unfortunately, it turned out to be slower, but oh well.
Purge bishops, annoying.
Purge bishops.
Wow, I love how they said it. Like they just stop moving towards the enemy. They just stay in a ball and don't care about anything.
The Valencia death ball.
Or like Valencia,
If you take too
nothing
long,
ball.
they'll actually like move and charge the boss. And Lindsay follows. It's like, I'm gonna run out of bow paladin. No biggie.
Do these bishops both have purge and 2 ranged tomes, so they like suicide on you if there's no purge ranges per
I think
targets?
so.
Yeah.
It's like the 2 bishops next to Titania don't move, I think.
Yeah. But I think I saw at least one of them use purge, so I assume they also have like a lightning tome or something, or whatever it is in this game that they can use it to 1-2 range.
It's light magic, so we don't care.
Yeah.
Light magic's weak.
They die. That's what matters.
Man,
I like how it is, like-
magic in this game is just darn.
It sucks. Magic is everything.
In Radiant Dawn, you need more than magic, my friend. Yeah, ranged swords still use magic in this game. Or they use physical strength.
They're physical.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of interesting in this game because like sword users do have like a common 1-2 range weapon with wind edges, storm swords, and tempest blades, but the wind edge is really weak and inaccurate. The storm sword and tempest blade, while they're pretty powerful, are also very inaccurate. So it's kind of interesting.
They're also rare. You don't really get that
They're
many.
those 2 weapons are pretty rare too. Yeah, wind
And
edges are
it's
common,
kind of
but
sad. Like wind edges are the only like common 1-2 range sword that you can't forge. Like you can forge
You can't
javelins
forge
and
them.
hand axes just fine.
I know it sucks.
I think it's fair, you know, because swords are supposed to be 1-range weapons generally, and wind edges kind of suck. But, you know, you do get the Ragnell, which is like the best 1-2 range weapon ever made, so I
Yeah,
think it's fair overall. But forged hand axes are pretty damn good.
I think like a fully forged hand axe is only like 1 point weaker than a tomahawk, something like
Yeah,
that.
it's like
Well,
silver
like,
axe level
A
strength or
fully
something.
maxed like might hand axe is the same might as a silver axe.
Yeah,
So just like 1-2 range silver axes.
+5 might, hello. Go down, please, now.
Oh, whoops.
Kill generals. with
This
1-2
is
range.
Mekkah's favorite chapter because it's filled with pitfalls.
I know, I hate pitfalls. But I also really like flyers because they avoid pitfalls. So
Yeah,
there's
this is the chapter where like the flyers really come into play, and he's also going to cap Titania out because why not?
not
um,
not using flyers here is a pitfall.
It is. And Gwimpage just got two new flyers, Sigrid and Tannis. They're both useful units, but they're not Har. He also has Janeth and Oki, which he got a while ago. They're both Laguz Hawks and are pretty darn good because they're just offensively ridiculous, despite the fact that they're locked to 1 range. So they're pretty useful. They're going to be useful throughout the run.
It's just kind of funny. So we went and did our deployment, then we went back to the base. That's because Sigrid and Tanith joined after you leave the base originally. So once you get to the deployment screen, they're there. But we just went back to the base so we could bonus experience Tanith to promotion.
Tanith herself benefits a lot from transfers because normally she's actually kind of a slow character, which is interesting because she's a Falcon Knight. But with transfers and some bonus experience investment and an early promotion, she becomes a pretty respectable combat unit. But she does need like investment for herself to get going.
Promo bonus helps, of course.
Yeah, the promotion helps quite a bit. So Tanith's actually going to become a pretty key unit after part 3.
Blossom strats.
Blossom.
Oh yeah, we got the Ragnall.
Yeah, I got the Ragnall before he even promoted.
Big deal. Iron Sword is better.
You do equip the Iron Sword on him at the end
Yeah.
of this chapter.
That's why I'm saying Iron Sword is better.
Iron Sword's better.
Seize an important castle, bring an Iron Sword. And just don't equip anything else. That's life strats.
And win anyways. When you got smacked upside the head.
Oh, I'm at 0 HP? Whatever. Seize the castle.
So right here, Gwimpage is using Titania, Janeth, and Har, and Ike to kind of kill everything near the start. He's going to move Tanith on turn 2 to hit a trigger point to have some yellow units spawn. And they all come with Leanne, who is another heroine who allows 2 units to move again, and that's going to be important on this chapter to get Harv as far as possible.
Yeah, it's
And this is a C map, so we need to get Ike all the way to the right.
Oh yeah, this bridge is familiar to those that might have played Path Radiance.
but only from the other side. You know.
From that,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, you go from right to left.
Spend
in
all that
Radiance.
time in Path of Radiance to walk this way, and then you're like, oh, I'm just gonna go back. It's fine. I'm gonna go the other way. Man, imagine if I got to walk all the way there.
Oh, God.
All of these enemies. And they like using light ruins too.
There's
Yeah,
like a
it's
random
like-
priest with the rescue staff too. So like if a
Yeah.
unit is damaged, you'll just waste a bunch of time rescuing that unit. I think I've seen the priest like rescue someone that's 2 tiles away. It's really funny. I'm like, oh, that rescue use, it hurts me so much. Oh.
And it's such a jerk move from the devs too that were designing it. They put a lock icon on the rescue staff, so it means it can't leave that dude's inventory, even if you're to like try to steal it or whatever.
I know.
Sad.
So
So
you can't
sad.
get like 2 rescue staffs, and it makes me sad.
Also, Tabarn is here, but if you like, I told the yellow units not to move so that they don't waste time on the enemy phase or the NPC phase. But if you let Tabarn just roam free, it's gonna kill everything, and at some point you might end up at the boss. The boss is a crossbow, which is like, I don't know if you explained it how they work, but they have like, they don't use their strength, but they have like huge might, and might gets tripled when you're against a flyer because it's a bow. So it has like, I don't know, like 100 might against Tabarn or something. It just dies straight up.
Tibar can probably take the hit. Like he can take a crossbow hit in part 4 actually.
Actually, it doesn't have like 100 might. That's like,
Yeah, but this one's
What
like
does it
a
have?
super crossbow, so it's like ultra mega effective against a barn.
Okay, fair.
I think it's like Accor or something. I'm gonna look it up because you know. I'm
Agar
pretty learned.
or something.
I thought you said Hagar, like the fighter character.
The
Hagar.
mayor of Earth.
Isn't it the Arbalest actually? Or is it the Akkar? Well,
I don't remember.
Akkar is 34 might and Arbalest is 38, so it would have over 100 might either way, which sounds like too much for Tibarn to take. But he could get Pavise and cancel it altogether. You're like, no, I don't care.
He doesn't
Like-
care.
Oh, you
do that
damaged
noise.
me? Never mind, it's cancelled.
Pavise is like Great Shield, I guess.
It's basically Great Shield, but actually good because it actually has a high activation rate. Like I think it's skill percent. In Tibarn's case, he has like 48 skill when transformed. So like half the time he gets hit, which is very rare anyways, he's just not gonna take damage.
Hey man, Great Shield has like level percent chance of proccing like FE4. It's pretty good.
It's level percent of the opponents, the attacker.
No, FE4. Is
Oh, an
like-
FE4.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like and there's like level 30 enemies in that game, so you can have like 30% Great Shield. It's pretty
Oh
annoying.
jeez, that sounds annoying.
And like, all the bosses in that game have it. It's annoying.
Oh,
And what's coming up now? I think it's Dawn Brigade.
yeah,
again?
that was the last
Yeah.
chapter with Ike's group until 3E.
Boots Jill, yay!
Boots Jill. Jill has
He doesn't
11
have enough move
moves.
yet. Gotta have all the movements. Like
You early
Gwimpage was like, yeah.
Do you
go
promote
ahead.
Toronto here? I don't remember. I don't
Nope.
remember. No, you don't. Okay. So yeah, Toronto has 7 hand axes, not because he needs 07, but because it's the fastest way to automatically equip Toronto with a hand axe from the shop.
While also sending the rest of the convoy because we need more, surprisingly, we need more hand axes.
I
Wow.
think you bought like 10 hand axes, so it's like the fastest way to simultaneously equip Toronto with one, but also send a few to convoy for part 4.
Yeah, he's only gonna use one, and it's only a little bit of that one, but the rest will just go into the convoy, and the rest of the party will have access to them later on.
Yeah, this map is not route, it's like kill 50 enemies or something, or like kill a bunch of enemies, but it's pretty easy to reach because Jill kills almost everything near her, especially with the high strength that Gwimpage got. Okay, I remember in a practice run he
Cat
didn't have enough
strength
strength.
already. Oh my
Yeah,
So did you like go through a practice run together earlier this week? Because it seems like
Yeah,
you guys were
Thursday,
hinting at it. Okay.
yeah. That's why I sound like I kind of know what I'm doing. 'cause I saw what I've done before.
You have more
Would it
to
be
say
okay if
about
I
it. too.
interrupted?
But go for it.
It's the longest enemy
I
phase.
just want
Enemy
to say I
phase.
actually got the audio to work. You know, that's a first. Anyway, $15 from me because I might have lost a bet in chat while you guys weren't looking. Don't worry about that. You know, so yeah, that was about it. Keep it up, guys. Really great work so far. Everything's great. Keep donating.
What was the
Use
bet?
exclamation point donate. And the prizes, you use exclamation point prizes, check the schedule and things like that. And anyway, thank you very much.
I want to know what the bet was.
The bet was there's someone in chat named Rangor who bet that Gwym would forget the speed wing, and then yeah.
Thanks, Rangor.
You know what?
I
I
know,
didn't even remember him missing. I didn't even know that until Kirby said that. It was like, oh, I didn't get the speedway? Well, I
It's
better
like
hope I level up speed.
Is it you guys 3 speed wing?
The
From, like,
2-3. 2-3
Yeah.
speed wing from the end of the map.
Yeah.
I'm
The
pretty
halberdier,
glad
right?
that I got really lucky with Joffrey's speed growth, because it's like 35, it's not very good.
Wyvern Knight killing enemies. Radiant Dawn.
Oh, who could have
Oh.
seen that coming?
And then Tronio kills like the other half, because he's like up a ledge, so a lot of ranged enemies can attack him. I think he doubles in easy mode, so easy time. Don't forget to like halt the yellow units because they waste a lot of time. There's also boulders that you can like have roll down the hill and they do like 10 damage to an enemy, I think. That was like super slow.
Watching the boulders just roll through all of the enemies one by one.
Yeah, it's like a huge pile of knights in there in a line of fire.
Just like, okay, well that's 10 damage.
What did I miss? I was using the bathroom and getting water.
Dude, Wiimote strats.
We most strats.
Oh, Wiimote strats. Oh, baby.
I'm not gonna go into any detail, but yes, Wiimote strats.
I don't get it, I'm just laughing.
Same.
Wait, your jail doesn't have everything capped yet? Scrub.
What a scrub.
Should
I've
that-
used the Wiimote for this chapter just to mash through it because the enemy phase is like 4 minutes long. And I use the Wiimote to like leave, because like since it's remote, you can like leave the Wii and get like more water or wash your hands or face or use the bathroom or something. I've done it before.
Plays. Okay, now it's Mordom Brigade, but this time it's a Litke. You can fight the Grill Mercenaries.
Oh, wow.
One of them.
You're terrible. You just killed Peleus.
Oh, I did.
Wow, the only
We kinda
Micaiah
skipped
kill.
it.
The Micaiah's one kill in the run.
It's not a true
Pepe
speedrun unless
hands.
Micaiah doesn't get any kills.
It's not a Fire Emblem speedrun without a death, without a player death, and that counts.
Oh, there's gonna be deaths. Oh, yeah.
We don't talk
Ike
about
is gonna
that.
get countered by the Black Knight and die. That's what I'm saying.
He's gonna get
Hey, your
through
jail isn't
KO.
getting any level ups. Your jail is broken. Please fix. Please. Oh, wait, you didn't cap your level out. What are you doing?
I did it because I don't have enough bonus
Most
experience.
experience.
No, reset. Your jail is not capped.
Oh yeah, so this is a defend chapter. It's kind of a cool defend chapter because you have to defend a line instead of one tile.
Yeah, there's
And the
like
game gives Micaiah Purge, which on paper sounds cool, but you don't have a trained Micaiah, so she can't really do much.
just like, here's this 9-mite tome. Good luck.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like an interesting read. So the goal of the chapter is, again, defend the line or kill the boss, and the boss is Ike. And at the end of 311, Gwimpage let Ike equip the Iron Sword, because if you equip the Ragnell, he gets a +5 defense bonus, and he's harder to kill. And he's also like stronger and everything. So that's like a neat trick you can do if you're playing Radiant Dawn. You can just equip Ike with a bad weapon at the end of 311, and then in this chapter he's like easier. But if you attack him, you don't kill him. He does attack with the Ragnell, because that's like his strongest weapon. So
The reason
be
why the
careful with
speedrun is terrible is because we have 13 Archer.
Oh, true.
that.
Yeah, I know, it's so bad. Okay, if you somehow don't know about the Church of the 313 Sniper, there's this random sniper in the upper left corner of this chapter where, like, after a few turns, he, like, kills a bunch of Lagoos with the Ballista, and after the Ballista runs out, he dives into a pit of Lagoos and, like, kills half of them before he dies. So, like, he's kind of turned into a meme, and it's great. But we're not gonna see him. I'm
Done.
sorry.
Yeah, you could
I love
finish
how
the map
Polish
early by just killing Ike. And, goodbye, defend map.
Goodbye.
Thank God
So this-
Ike is playing on casual mode and doesn't actually die.
Filthy casual.
He just
This
activates
is
his cheat
like-
codes and, like, wins the castle.
So this is going to be a pretty involved base. Basically, this is the last chapter of part 3, and Gwimpage is going to be doing some skill and forges and pretty much prep for all of part 4. Because in part 4, you have 3 separate teams that you have to organize, and only one of those teams has access to forging. So he wants to do all the forging he can right now, so he can prep for part 4, and also kind of manage some of the inventory so he can minimize the inventory management needed for part 4. He gave Tanith Blossom, took off Savior from Heart, so he can give Savior to a different unit later on in part 4. He's buying a few Pure Waters. Pure Water is a consumable item that boosts your resistance by +7 temporarily. And that's going to be important because there are some priests that will try to put certain units to sleep, and the chances of getting put to sleep is determined by the target resistance. But if your resistance is high enough, then they won't try to put you to sleep at all, period. And
This base is also very laggy because there's so many characters.
Yeah, like most units from part 2 just joined Ike's group, so there's like 40 units on the team right now.
Forging some hand axes with it and some without it, right?
Yeah, it really just depends. Like, it's just kind of minor management. Like, some hand axes you don't need extra hit because you just kill generic enemies. Some you do need the extra hit for like killing certain bosses or whatnot.
I've seen people forge hit on Har's hand X because they're scared of Lacane at the end. He has like a 90 hit rate.
That paranoia. Oh,
Shout out
you're
to
bringing
Ileana.
units.
Shout out to Ileana and Astrid.
Yeah. Shout out while you can.
Get poggers.
Get your pog champs ready because they're going to contribute to the run.
Deploying Ileana at this point of the game.
She's the most available unit in the game. You gotta deploy her, right? It's good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So the chapter goal says to route, but you only have to have there has to be 80 deaths on the map, including your own, including green units. And you can kind of see the blue number in the upper right corner for story reasons. So with the current strat Gwimpage is going to use, worst case scenario, he's going to have only 77 kills by like turn 6 or 7. So in order to guarantee a turn save, he's going to kill off 3 of his own units to make that counter guaranteed to hit 80. So say goodbye to Marsha. Say goodbye to Astrid. And say goodbye to Ileana.
No.
Wait,
Goodbye
did
to Aaron.
Ileana take down Aaron?
Did she take down Aaron? If she did, that would be hilarious.
I did see Aaron die. Ileana die.
She must have.
Darn. Everybody's dead.
It's okay. They're just sleeping.
They're
It's fine.
sleeping. But strategy-wise, this chapter is kind of cool because like you use quite a few units and kind of spread them out to get as many kills as possible. And he's actually going to recruit Jill on the map too to help kill more stuff.
Traitors everywhere. I like how Secret is rescuing like one hawk just to stop him from moving and wasting time.
Yeah. You do have to be careful
Oh.
because like Sigrin's kind of weak, and if she dies, it's game over for whatever reason. So I think if you don't move her on the
that
turn,
would
she
be pretty
dies.
bad if you forget to move Secret.
I've
Yeah.
had it happen before.
See,
I've seen it happen.
Yes, I can confirm he's seen it happen.
It was probably my stream, I'm guessing. I know I've done it before on stream.
No.
It
What
was
did you do,
literally
like,
just
Thursday?
a few days ago.
Oh.
I was making fun of people. I was like, did you know that some dodos actually got Sigrun killed here?
And then you got Sigrin killed.
We getting her killed like 2 seconds later.
So
The
does that
reason
make
it
you a
happened was,
dodo
like,
too?
something else happened that was like screwing things up and he got distracted. I forgot what it was though. I think someone didn't die that should have or something. Aaron didn't die or something. It was Renolf, I think. or
It
something
was
that distracted
Astrid that didn't die. It was like distracted.
Oh yeah, there's a chance Astrid can like dodge or whatever. It gets kind of annoying.
Astrid is too good for this world. Also, I really hate the camera movement in this part because the enemy movement order is like completely crisscrossed across all the different factions. So it keeps scrolling between like the cats and the hawks and all the other factions. It's super annoying, nauseating. It's also like the NPC and enemy phase to end all NPC and enemy phases. Like even part 4 isn't as bad as this. I feel like.
Yeah, part 4 is not as bad as this. Like, they just went overboard with, like, hey, this is a great big battle and stuff. Here's a lot of NPCs for you to watch move around.
So
Here's an interactive cutscene.
Meg was recruited for 2 reasons: 1, as a shove bot, and 2, for an extra kill on this map.
Isn't she replaced by a generic if you don't
Is she?
recruit her?
I think she counts, but
I
don't
swear.
She
I
might
don't
be
know.
replaced by generic, actually. That seems a bit familiar.
But of
We'll just
course,
have to wait
it only
for
takes
Meng.
one hit to kill, so
yeah, we'll just have to wait for
Jeez.
Mengs to get to this part because Mengs got killed. We'll see.
we'll get proof that way, I guess. Also, we brought Heather because she has to pick up the rescue staff at some point. That's
Yeah,
like the only
there's a
movement
hidden
boosting staff
random.
in the game.
Yeah, there's like a random hidden rescue staff somewhere in the middle of the map, and there's like really no
Okay, do you mind
indication
if
that
I-
it's there. Oh, go
Harry
ahead.
Psyhawk, yay!
Awesome.
Hey.
Awesome. I
Psyhawk
figured this
strats.
being the enemy phase chapter would be a perfect time to donate. We got a $25 donation from MBGX16. Says, best of luck, everyone. I missed the event last year, but hope to catch most of it this year. The speedrunning skills are amazing, and I'm in awe. This makes me want to play Radiant Dawn again, albeit much slower. So, thank you very much. We also have, and get your claps ready in chat, a $100 donation to Firespike. Thank you so much, Firespike. Having to spend my Saturday working right now, but I had to get in a donation during the RD stream, even if I can't watch. Good luck with the run, Grim. Hopefully Izuka doesn't dunk on you again.
Don't bully
Thank
me.
you so much, Firespike.
No bullet.
A few weeks ago, I was playing Radiant Dawn, and Izuka just totally dumpstered me. He, like,
Didn't you
flared
say
me.
once like? Didn't you say that he's never flared you before?
Yeah, and then he flared me twice in a row. After I just missed him, like Janet just straight up whiffed an attack on him and just awkwardly had to sit there. So I reset on Izuka like 3 times in a row.
What a noob.
You want to talk about Super Psyhawk for this map?
Oh, Kirby, do you wanna?
Wait, what happened about Zyhark?
Well, Psyhawk, I think he had
killed
Beast
someone
Folk
for
for this
us.
map, right? Mostly.
He does have Beast Foe, so you can actually kill a Lagoose or 2 if you're lucky, and that does help.
Yeah.
Because it also means like 1 less green unit moves per turn.
Yeah. Gwimpage told me that at one point there were strats where Zyhark would like be not only just give him Beast Foe, but also promote it with a Master Crown at level 10 so he can kill more Lagoos. But then the turn order just changes for the enemies, and Screamer's like, I'm not having any of this. He just runs up to Zyhark and one-shots him before he can do anything. Like,
I
no,
remember-
you're not killing any of my brothers.
Screamer's a bro, yo.
Premier always changes his turn order to mess things up. Does it at the start of part 3, does it at the end of part 3.
And then he does it in part 4 with his level ups. He just never stops trolling you.
Yeah, I
Here's
think
the
like
worst
you want
troll.
Screamer to get like a point of speed in part 4, if I remember. And
Or
his speed
some
goes to
strength
30,
to like
35.
one-shot, like Swordmasters.
Yeah. Leonardo. It's really funny because I've seen Leonardo hit hard and
Yeah.
activate cancel. I've seen it happen like twice. It's like, what are your chances of hitting me? And 2, what are your chances of activating cancel?
It's 8%.
It's just really funny.
Like, you can't even be mad. Like, sure, it wastes time, but you can't be mad.
You can't be mad. You can't be mad at that. It's like freaking Leo actually doing something to Har. Surviving Har.
Hey, if you're a real man, you fight Nyla on this map.
Dude,
Oh.
I'm a weenie. I'm gonna avoid Nila. She's just gonna massacre Harb if he gets close.
Savage.
I think she still doubles Har.
Yeah.
Does she?
Even at capped speed, Harb gets doubled.
Yeah, because Har's like 32
36
speed.
or something.
Nyla's
She
like
has,
36, 38.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane. Tabaran's like, oh, 3 HP Swordmaster, let me get that.
Yeah, good AI.
Tabaran learned all his tricks from Tremere.
Always lost in his tricks. Ugh. Yeah, there's like a conversation you can get between Tivarn and Nyla if you can somehow get Tivarn all the way to the top and or Nyla to the bottom somehow. And it's very... It can be read as very suggestively,
Yeah.
let's say. That's all I'll say. But like, I don't know if it's actually really possible to do that without hacks.
You
I'm sure
probably
someone's
would
done
be
it
able to
somewhere.
just rescue Tabaran immediately. Like,
starts on
before he
transforms, right?
transforms.
Can you rescue him?
Yeah, he starts,
guess.
he starts on transform, so you have to, like, vigor
Raise him.
somebody in.
Oh, I see.
Snatch him up immediately.
Smite
Or
with
he
more
did a
damage.
battle save, dang. YOLO.
Why would I battle save?
Isn't Heather at good biorhythm?
Yeah, she's at good.
Oh no, you have another chance, so never
Yeah.
mind. Yeah.
Yeah, I have one more turn.
So if she misses now, do you battle save to get
Yeah,
it to
if
next
she
turn?
misses now, I would battle save next turn.
Yeah.
Because in Heather's case, the chance of finding a hidden item is your skill stat percent plus 60% if you're a thief, plus or minus depending on your biorhythm bonus. So in Heather's case, if she's at good biorhythm, she has 21 skill plus 60% because she's a thief, plus 10% at good biorhythm, so 91% chance.
And
I
there's
just
no way you
love-
could ever miss a 91 in Fire Emblem.
I know.
I just
That
love
could never
how, like,
happen.
if you meet the enemies at their spawn points, the Lagoos will just, like, get bored and start roaming the middle of the map.
They just kind of chill there, kind of like the wyverns from Fire Emblem 7.
I guess this is when Tana starts being important, because she's an extra person that can kill enemies on the enemy
Yeah,
phase.
she's
Good
using a
rough
horse there that Gwimpage bought all the way back in part 2 as well, so she can like one-shot them pretty reliably.
deal. How'd you know you needed that, Gwimpage? You're so good at Fire Emblem.
That foresight.
Yeah, thank God you no longer need Jill to be in a Dawn Brigade, so you can just use her to kill enemies here.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
like,
she totally
it doesn't
betrays
hurt.
the Dawn Brigade here.
It doesn't hurt to recruit her because like you don't control the Dawn Brigade alone anymore at this point. Like after this, because after this you get to actually set your own party.
Jill just killing like half the Dawn Brigade. I think she killed Laura and Kaya, maybe? Maybe she ran away
I
already?
think she beat Kurth.
Kurth. Yeah, and Voluk. Raphael. Or maybe that was Ho.
Oh, somebody said bad
Anyways,
level. I think on Jill. Jill's stats are all capped.
They're all
Yeah.
capped, so she's never. So in Radiant Dawn, if you, assuming you can actually gain a stat, if you level up normally, you're guaranteed to get at least one stat. So I think like there were like Dawn or Cheeky doing like 0% growth, except it's actually impossible to do 0% perfectly because even if all your growths are 0, you're gonna gain a stat. I think. So like what they did is like on physical units, they always get magic and vice versa because that's like the least useful.
Yeah. And then on Lynchia, I missed because they have like both. They can both use strength and magic. You just gave them luck. Which they would never
Yeah.
need luck for anything. They rarely see combat, and when they do, it's just 1% extra chance to dodge. It's not a big deal.
It's kind of interesting that they did that. I think that's kind of neat that you're guaranteed a stat on a level up because I think it just kind of sucks if you gain 0 stats. I think Echoes handles it a little differently, where like if you roll a 0 stat level, you just get HP instead.
Yeah. I also like the way that Gaiden approaches it, because in Gaiden you just don't gain stats. 'cause
Ever.
growth or all of that.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because in other games they have like measures where you at least gain a stat. Like in the GBA games, you just re-roll your level
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, unless
And
you're
they
playing
do
like
it
a weird
multiple
hack.
times.
Unless you, who would ever play a hack where you get negative growths?
Yeah, and then still get like 0 level up sometimes.
Did you forget to kill
I'd be
someone?
happy about it.
I did, but easy
Ooh.
backup strat.
What was
I
the
think
sauce?
you're probably fine.
Yeah.
He's supposed to just kill one of the fighters, but I think Nasaw can just kill one of them anyways.
Yeah, both of them can
Just
kill him.
cancel
Yeah. At this point, we're in part 4, and the army's split into like 3 ways, and you can like decide where everyone goes. Besides a couple of like obligatory characters, like Mekkah always goes this route. So this is what we're referring to as Mekkah route. And then there's Ike routes, and then there's Tabarn route. So they're like the main lords of those campaigns. They each get like 2 big maps, mostly route maps, where you need like lots of different units. So this is where we see people like OP and Janaf are going to be important, for example.
Because like the problem with Har and Jill is that that's only 2 wyverns. You can't
Yeah.
spread them out across all 3 teams.
That's literally their only problem.
And since they're all route chapters, you still want multiple powerful units for each team.
I'm back with another donut if you guys don't mind.
Oh, go
Or
for
enemy
it.
phase.
Perfect.
Enemy phase.
Yeah,
I think
I've been,
longest
I've been
one.
waiting. You know, I've been watching and waiting for enemy phase because I know that's the rule of thumb. Anyway, we got another $100 donation from White Nitro.
Wow.
Thank you, White Nitro. Hey, I love Fire Emblem. It's one of my favorite game franchises of all time, and I love your cause. Don't have much to say, but I had to donate to my favorite Fire Emblem game. Rip Astrid. Unhappy face. Listen,
Rip
Astrid
Astrid.
died for a good cause.
Yeah, she saved us watching an NPC phase. That's great. Because there's like
use
a
for the maximum.
gajillion NPCs on 3E.
Yeah, the Sala is another one of those Laguz Orios that just pretty much kills everything. My favorite part is when he like has Vantage and then Tear, so he just like on an enemy phase, he attacks first and then just kills the enemy before they get to do anything. And they're like, no, this is so unfair. And then
It sounds like one of those really fun units to put skills on because he has so much capacity and he has so
Yeah.
much skill and speed that he just always procs stuff. He already has Vantage. He already has Terror. You could just like put on Adept and cancel on him, and it gets really funny. Like skill.
It's like a flying sword master that just kills everything with high enough strength. He
Yes,
does
I
start with S strike instead of SS like the other Legus for, so he's a little weaker, but he still doubles everything and kills enemies here at least. He has to watch out for crossbows for a little bit, and I guess he doesn't have 2 range, which is kind of annoying. So we use like hard to clear out enemies that have a lot of 2 range, and then the Sala's enemies, only ones he fights have only 1 range, so it's not an issue here.
It's pretty funny because Nisla has like this weird skill called Maelstrom that lets him counter at range randomly.
I mean, it's better than nothing, right?
It wastes time though.
It does waste time.
It's funny because when you give like Adept or Tear to Nasala, well, he already has Tear, and it activates and it makes him get like less battles from normal attacks. It actually lessens the opportunities for him to level up his strike level up. And I remember Don complaining about it, like, I don't want Nasala to get Adept here because then I get less strike level ups, and I need him to be like SS strike before endgame or something.
Oh, interesting.
Less activations. Skirmir is also pretty good, but he doesn't double everything ever, at least not on the normal and hard mode. I know how bad the problem is on easy mode. He also has Gauge, but Lions never really untransform, and that's just like very late into the chapter.
Yeah, like
He
Screamer is
also
very
only fights-
tanky and powerful. He can like one-shot
Yeah.
a lot of units. And he's also very mobile.
I remember seeing you give him like speed wings at some point, Kirby.
That's a normal mode strat. That guarantees he can double everything he needs to, because like he is like just under the threshold of doubling like warriors and stuff. In easy mode, I think the only units he has issues doubling are swordmasters. So he needs like at least 1 point of speed or like 2 points of strength or something to one-shot them. It's not really a big deal if you leave them alive. It's just kind of an inconvenience.
Is that a purge strat I see upcoming?
Yeah, because the stupid general didn't die.
The
I love that
harvest.
backup strat though. Isn't there a
Oh,
really rich
Sanaki!
stationary enemy here somewhere?
Oh, whoops.
It's like never wants to attack you or something.
I think it's like the upper right corner enemies, or
Yeah.
it might
Yeah,
be like the
because you
priest up
need
there.
hard Nasala to kill these enemies in this formation. Okay, what? Okay, there we go. Saved. Saved by Sanaki.
Sanaki strats.
Hey man, Sanaki always comes at the end game, so she must be a good unit. That's how this game works.
I think she has like pretty respectable weapon rank, so at the very least she can make like a nice purge user, siege user. But like that's about it really.
Yeah, as long as she's not in enemy range, she's okay. Just don't have her like.
She just
fight
has
on
very
enemy
high
face.
magic. But yeah. I think there was like a run where Gwimpage accidentally like didn't put R on this team or something. Or, like he ended up just trading Sanaki for fun and just slaughtering everything with her. Which actually worked out because like the other chapter for this team is a desert map, and sages like magic users have full mobility on the desert.
Well, Skirmir almost untransforms in this map. I never noticed that.
Yeah, he barely has enough Lagoose gauge for that. Nice promotion, Soth. Nice luck.
-1 luck.
-1 luck. The power of transfers.
His third tier luck cap is lower than his tier 2 luck cap. And he capped luck in tier 2, so it goes down. It's dumb. Actually, I don't think he capped it, but I think he got above the cap.
Yeah. So yeah, Nyla, the Wolf Queen from Part 1, joined Ike's team. So she's gonna be like the Naysala of this team, like the Lagoose Royal. Where again, she can't attack anything at 2 ranges. She's gonna be primarily used for mobility and for killing things at 1 range. This team has Ike, Titania, and Jill, which is pretty OP.
That's basically part 3 team.
Yeah, pretty much.
Except instead of Har, you have Joe.
Mercy Kirbymastah for convincing me to do pure water strats.
Wait, what about pure water strats?
It's for weenies.
Oh,
Because it's a marathon.
wow, so rude.
Because it's a marathon run, I'm gonna do them.
This is also a route map with Fog of War, which is pretty annoying because you can't see most of the enemies that you want to kill. They appear in a lot of random spots in the darkness. It's pretty annoying to route if you don't know where they are. But thankfully we have Janaf, who has a skill that not only gives him plus 20 hit, which is totally overkill and unnecessary, but it also gives him extra vision in the fog, so we can see more stuff.
It's kind of funny because usually the hawks and ravens are like blind in the dark. Like Lucci can see one space in front of him.
Like the Lucci in that Fog of War map in part 2, he just doesn't see anything.
I mean, he's old. I mean, I'm sure like he's never mentioned old.
No,
so
I don't think he ever mentioned that. It's pretty obscure. It's like it's only hidden in like every line he says.
These
Every
old
Lucci line
bones.
is I'm old or I have old bones or whatever.
And even his ending is just he's old and gets older.
So when he's like rewrite Radiant Dawn in like a ROM hack and be like, Nasala, Niluchi, I'm old. Like just rewrite every line like that, and it wouldn't be any different than what is actually in the base game.
So
I hate
something to
Niluchi
mention.
so much.
Ike's level ups are kind of important now because he just hit third tier and he needs enough stats to pretty much fight the Black Knight. 25 luck is actually an important, kind of a nice threshold to hit because the Black Knight has 25 base crit. So if Ike has at least 25 luck, then that guarantees the Black Knight can't crit him. So it's very nice. He needs 34 speed to double the Black Knight, I believe. And maybe 33 strength 3-shot? I don't remember. Or am I mixing that up?
It's like 32 strength to one around the armors in the previous map.
Okay, okay.
Because those armors are bulky.
But those are the main thresholds, 34 speed, 25 luck. And of course, as much skill as possible to not miss the Black Knight.
We don't do blitz strats out here.
Gwimpage is a nerd.
Ike is also just so strong right now because he got promoted and he has the Ragnail, so he has 1-2 range. He just
Like,
wrecks everything.
The previous time we used Ike, he was just a tier 2 unit with the Ragnar, but he was still keeping up with all the tier 3 units. And now he's
Not to mention,
tier 3.
He was using the dinky iron sword.
I know.
The boss conversation in this chapter is awesome, by the way. With
Oh yeah,
Ike.
you better play it, Gwimpage. It's great.
But she had a conversation with Ike.
She
Oh,
does.
does she not?
No, it's with
She needs
Titania.
Oh.
No, it is with Ike.
Is it? I don't remember.
No,
It
it's
is.
with 100% with Titania. But the boss con was great.
I
Same
don't
with
even
the one
remember
in
her having any
Oliver.
with Titania. Oh wait, you're fighting the boss with Titania?
Yeah,
Oh.
like this is as close as Ike is gonna get if I even do the move.
Shucks.
Oh,
And once
that's
again,
big.
it's for weenies. Like Ike's move
I
is
don't know,
totally
man. Everyone play
unnecessary
Eevee
there.
mode. I don't think you get to say anything about Wheaties.
True.
Real man would have played hard mode.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Kieran did a thing in this chapter, right? He
Yeah,
destroyed
Kieran
a
broke
sandbag.
a sandbag.
Yeah.
Because like, enemies like to prioritize destroying a sandbag than suiciding on your units, which I don't blame them for that.
Would you like to fight this bag or this bag of death?
Exactly.
For some reason, Kieran's move on turn 1 influences where that mage moves. Sometimes he'll just like move into the camp area if you move him differently, but if you put him there, the mage will start moving into the dark down below and then kind of be out of range of Kieran. It's really weird. I don't know why. It's like Kieran's move just affects that mage in the dark for like no reason.
No one understands Fire Emblem AI.
If it works, it works, I guess.
Don't question it, just make your moves.
Just don't question it. Oh, okay. This is actually like personally, this is like one of my favorite chapters in terms of strategy because you just use so many units. Well, yeah, Tanith, she's my favorite waifu, but you just use so many units that you don't really see in the rest of the run, and there's just so many different units that contribute, and it's really cool.
Oh man, this chapter sucks.
It's also so much fun.
Executing it kind of sucks because there's a lot that can go wrong.
Yeah, you can like have Tennis break her weapons. That would be pretty bad.
You
Tipburn
can
can
forget to
die.
bring the Tempest Blade.
Oh,
Get like
God.
4 extra turns.
Oh,
Happened in the practice run was like Gwimpage died in like 3E and didn't save or something, so he had to load a different save that they already had.
And that one
And
didn't
then-
have the Tempest
look-
Blade.
Yeah.
this is another route chapter, and everyone he's using is a flyer because, you know, horse tiles all over the place. Tanith is gonna be like the Jill / Har of the chapter because she's the only beefed up flyer on this team that has 1 to 2 range, and even then, like, she wants to use the Storm Sword because she wants to have enough sword rank to be able to use the Tempest Blade on like turn 3, which is very powerful. And the Tempest Blade is normally like really inaccurate. I think it has like 50 hit, but Tibarn has like 5 authority stars, which gives like 25 extra hit to every unit on the map, including Tanith herself. So Tempest Blade becomes relatively reliable for her.
Valencia's also back, but she's no longer as overpowered because, well, I guess her overpoweredness was never shown off in speedrun, but in 2E, when you have her, she's pretty good. She's a tier above the enemies, but here she's like on par normally, and I think it used to be the case in speedruns that the Valencia needed like bonus experience to be good, but now she has transfers, she just kills everything anyway, so it's fine. Valencia
Yeah,
good.
she can reliably kill everything she needs to with transfers, and there's like even a crossbow user she has to kill, but since her weapon, the Amiti, is basically a beefed up brave sword, she can kill the crossbow user without retaliation.
Yeah. Just gotta remember to take Mercy off her, because that's a skill she gets in part 4 automatically, but if you take it off her, she no longer has it. But while she has it, she will always leave an enemy with 1 HP, no matter what, no matter how overkill she kills.
I like the concept of a skill, but it's just kind of weird that
She
they
just
just
randomly
put it on
gets
her
it.
without telling you. Yeah.
It fits her character, but it doesn't fit my character, so take it off. So I think this is one of the chapters where Tanith really wants like Blossom to stop leveling up so much, right?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
she
this
gets
is
a
the
lot of
chapter.
level ups without it.
This is the chapter why you bring Blossom.
Also, I think Ulki just killed a crossbow dude that could have done serious damage to him, but in order for him to die, I think he has to like get hit by the crossbow and then get hit by another thing. And his avoid is
Yeah,
so good.
everything has like 0 hit on him besides like a Wind Sage and a crossbow user, I think. Because Oki has this innate skill called Vigilance, which gives him plus 20 avoid and plus 20 crit avoid, I think. And on
Yeah,
top of that,
that's
he's
exactly
just
why I'm
absurdly
here.
fast. He's really fast and dodgy in the first place. And he has enough offensive stats to kill everything he needs in the bottom areas, which makes him well suited for this chapter.
Which is pretty
Yeah, you didn't
absurd
give
because
him
he
anything,
joined
right?
forever ago.
He did. 'Cause, I
You
mean,
didn't
like,
even
he's a
give him
good
anything,
unit.
right?
Yeah, this is base Ulki with transfers.
This is
I
base
guess.
Oki.
Does he get a strength transfer?
I don't think
I
so.
think maybe only Janif got one.
Damn.
Like
Good unit.
Janif is typically considered better than Oki because he's just offensively better than Oki by like 4 points of strength, I think. But Oki's still a very powerful unit.
Yeah, it adds up fast because, you know, 1 point online goose would be like a big deal already because it's 2 point when doubling. But their stats are doubled when it transforms, so it's more like +2 strength. And then I think Janaf, like you said, has like a 4 point advantage or something.
Yeah.
Really fast. And they're like very borderline in a lot of enemy types when they're attacking. Like
I think
they-
Oki is faster, but like they're both so fast anyway.
Yeah,
it
they're double
doesn't
sword
make much
masters. It doesn't
difference.
matter.
Like they both have like over 30 speed, which is enough to double every enemy unit in the game.
Dude.
Until like maybe end game.
Is that Reddit in the chat?
That is Reddit in chat. But it's kind of interesting because like you see Tibarn being used, he's like probably the best Laguz Royal because he's so mobile and he's like the most powerful Royal after the Lions, and he has 10 freaking move and flies. But he's not doing as much work as Tanith just because he doesn't have 2 range. So he's basically just cleaning up after Tanith, basically.
Tibarn is gonna fight some crossbows.
He will be fighting some crossbows. He can take a hit, I think.
And even if he gets hit, he can still activate Pavise. Or
I
Pavise.
think, if I remember correctly, there's like a 2% chance Tibarn dies to the last crossbow guy, because the last crossbow guy has like a 10% crit rate on him. So
Wait,
he has
what?
to hit Tibarn. Tibarn has to not hit. Maybe I'm talking about normal
Are you
mode.
sure about that? Because
No, I'm thinking normal mode. Never mind.
I was like,
yeah.
because Tamarna is like almost 30 base luck or something.
I'm thinking of normal mode. In easy mode, he faces like 3 crossbow users, I think. So easy mode is actually a bit more dangerous because there are more crossbow users.
But doesn't he fight one on player phase so that he can like
Does,
tear them before
but
they
he
come?
doesn't one-shot them without a crit or tear, I think. Oh
Yeah.
my god, Tanith.
Blossom
Easy.
level ups.
Yeah, like remember she has Blossom, so with Blossom you get like 40% experience instead of the full experience. But every time you level up, if you miss a stat, the game rolls another number for that stat. So you basically have 2 chances at every stat per level.
Like
It's
growth
like,
rates are already pretty high in this game.
Like she has pretty good growth rates all around, like 50%, 55 strength, I think, 40 speed, which is okay, and like 70 skill.
I think it makes for like a boost of 10% of your growth rates, basically, if I remember correctly. But I don't remember the math. It's been a long time because I never used Blossom.
There's like a massive table somewhere about like what it translates to on Seren's Forest somewhere.
Mm-hmm. They kill priests. I also like this senator that you're killing, the Feltome guy or something.
Feltome?
He's like, wee
Wee-hee-hee!
yeah, that.
I like to say it like that. Wee-hee-hee!
He scares me.
He just kind of seems like the kind of guy who would have a high-pitched voice like that.
It took me so long to figure out that was a guy.
Are you still obsessed with Zelgius at this point? Valor has a pretty cool animation though. It really sucks if it hits though, because it poisons you.
Oh yeah, it does poison you. He has like
yeah, it's fine. Tibarn has one.
Oh true! Go trade that.
The spear is a nice alternative. I think Gwimpage can still use a Tempest Blade, but spear is still powerful enough for what he needs to do, and it's a bit more accurate than a Tempest Blade anyways. So you might as well stick with the more accurate weapon.
Wasn't she very borderline on killing generals or something?
Yeah, I think she needs like 29, 30 strength to kill generals with the Tempest Blade. Something like that. It's not the end of the world if she doesn't kill them. Because I think like losing one turn is not a big deal in this chapter. Losing 2 is bad, because reinforcements spawn in the upper right corner, I think.
Ouch.
Upper right or bottom right?
Yeah, upper left. On
But you said
easy
upper
mode
left.
anyways.
Okay.
Because it goes bottom right, then upper left.
Wait, did Tibarn get hit by a crossbow?
He got hit by one, but it was the last one though, so
Yeah, it's the last one.
It was close though. Like imagine if he got hit by one of more of those, he would be dead. He would be dead, Tibarn.
You know
He would
what?
be Hawk on the menu.
I'm not risking this dummies.
Risk
Level ups.
it.
Oh, you're bonus experiencing Screamier. Ooh.
Because he's
That's
a big
fair.
dum-dum.
He is a big dum-dum. If I remember correctly, you don't really lose time bonus experiencing him once, because he doesn't gain any extra levels in the long run. So it's fine.
But you're still going
Been a
into the menu, right?
You do go into menu, so it's like that's like the only real time loss, like 1
But at
second
the
or
same time,
something.
you one-shot something now, I assume, which also saves a little bit of time.
Well, you could skip it and hope that he gets strength in the middle of the chapter.
Yeah. True enough. But
Yeah, I
bonus
just don't
experience
want
is
to
like-
risk him being dumb and leaving enemies alive on his way to the end of the map.
It does seem like in character for Screamier to be dumb, so
It is very much
I
in character.
appreciate your precaution.
Oh, guess what? We have another route chapter. It's on a massive desert too.
Oh, this is easily probably my least favorite desert map in the series.
It's up there, yeah. It's like a huge route chapter with all these units that move only like 2 tiles each.
Hey, at least that doesn't take much time for them to move.
Yeah, it doesn't.
But they just do it a lot. But thankfully you're helped by an armor knight that appears in the middle of the desert chapter and moves like
Oh,
one tile
true.
per turn.
Yeah, it's very helpful. He does actually like kill a unit or 2 for you if there's like a Swordmaster lying around, I think. Maybe.
Recruit Stefan?
You could Stefan do it!
Could.
Get
Bingo.
Micaiah all the way to the bottom right corner.
Who do I have that can kind of...
Sigrun?
Oh, that's true.
Have Sigrun carry her? And make Sigrun useful.
If you time it right, you can probably get Ike's Biorhythm back on par again too while doing it.
Even though Ike's not in this chapter.
Right, it doesn't count his turns, does it?
I don't think so,
Right.
no.
True.
Shouldn't.
It just increases his turn count, which is, as we all know, is like a cardinal sin.
You had
But-
Milady in FE6's desert, though.
Arcadia, I feel like it's more fun
I
than
love
this
Arcadia.
one.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. People like to
You use, like-
hate on it a lot, but I actually like that map.
I use like Lina and Ray and Sophia to pick up items. It's so much fun.
Yes, same.
Your low-level mages are actually useful in that chapter.
Yeah, and like the base level Shanna and everything. When I don't train her, I just use her anyway because high mobility.
And glitches.
And you get boots in the chapter and a warp staff and a silver card. I don't hate that.
Glitches to find items at 100% rate.
I like how hard like flies back and then just flies straight into the other direction.
Yeah, like his role is
like,
pretty much to take out like a lot of the 2 ranged units at the bottom and then kind of go back straight up so Naysala can clean up because everything left at the bottom area is like 1 range. Bottom left area, I should say.
Is there another crossbow there for Naysala?
No, there is like a sniper, but he kills the sniper at 1 range, so
Oh. Good stuff. So many enemies.
Someone's mentioning Cecilia in the desert chapter. I recommend watching Mekkah's video on Cecilia.
It has a good
Dude,
title.
I love Cecilia. I've always loved using her.
I used to be in the
unit.
camp of like really hating her, but like because like the game gives you a really bad impression of her, and I started using her in like my last playthrough, and she's not amazing, but she's definitely useful.
I actually think Cecilia's useful in Desert Chapter 2. She only has 2 moves, but her starting position is amazing. She starts like all the way in the front. You can pick up boots turn 1.
She can,
And
it's
then-
great.
And like you're probably not moving very fast anyway if you're a casual player, so it doesn't really matter that Cecilia only has like a couple movement. She's bad at combat, but she's good at literally everything else that you could be good at. And after the desert maps, she's
She's
8
like the
movements.
character where her stats suck, but her
Great.
class is so good that she's useful.
Valkyries in GBA games are just really good.
That means Rachel's the best character, right?
She's not a Valkyrie, she's a troubadour.
Yeah, Clarion. I don't like Clarion. I don't think
I like
Clarion's
Clarine
that
too,
great.
actually. He's also very good. She uses
Wow,
both.
Skrimir.
Wow. Okay.
21 strength.
We're not
Oh, he
friends
wasn't
anymore.
dumb.
I'm sorry.
Reset. Reset.
That's because I put experienced him. He 100% would have been dumb.
Murphy's Law.
Skrimir.
Everything that could go wrong in Fire Emblem will go wrong.
You know what? We're gonna do it.
The RNG is bugged. I'm joking.
No, it's just FE6 kappa 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 kappa. Don't actually think that. Thank you. Thinking that is a pitfall.
So we are getting Stefan.
Yeah. Let me just make sure it's just not gonna bump into a wyvern or something.
Sigrun's like kind of a weird unit because she has like okay, decent bases, but her growths suck. So it's like,
It's just like one level removed from 3rd tier.
yeah, like you can instant promote her, so like she can be like short-term useful, but she's like the opposite of Tanith, where her growths suck, but she's like more available immediately.
Is their availability the same? But she's
Not
just-
availability, I mean like better to go, ready for combat.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, I think that whole group of warriors has like crossbows.
Mhm.
It sounds like right.
Yeah, they all have
They do.
crossbows, but they only have like 2 move.
2 move, 2 range. That's pretty awkward when your attacking range is equal to your movement.
I know.
Imagine being
Oh,
a
God.
sniper, Fantastic Radiance, and you can use the amazing, what's it called, double bow. You have
Oh,
full
no.
range.
Mikaya is
Oh,
silent.
whoa,
What will you ever
no. She
do?
can't talk to Stefan.
Wait, she can't.
She can't talk to him.
Well, she doesn't need to talk, she just needs to be on the tile, thankfully. I don't think it's gonna stop her. But I'm pretty
Okay.
sure in most games, if you're like silenced and you try to talk to a unit, you can't
It's
do
just
it.
like, yeah, it'll say, too bad, you can't.
Oh really? I never realized that because like I always healed silence immediately. Didn't know that's a thing.
Mhm.
Oh, interesting. Today I learned.
Yeah, in other games, you can be silenced and you can't recruit. It'll be like talk, but it'll be faded out.
Yeah,
I mean, that makes sense. That's a cool detail, honestly.
works for sleep too.
Makes sense for sleep because you can't move the character.
There's a part in Thracia where you actually want to you want NPCs to talk to someone, but you want to put them to sleep because otherwise they suicide, and it still works. And it's the only instance in the game where you can actually put people to sleep and they can still talk, and it's useful. Definitely gonna try to do that if I have enough time. When I definitely will not be playing Thracia on stream at one point.
Oh, it's like one further down.
Oh damn!
Oh,
Mikhail, you're
Chopper
so
was
useless.
Chopper was
Why aren't you promoted yet?
not doing anything,
Oh,
right?
darn.
Swallow a herb. Eat a herb. Wake up. Oh, I gotta
Do
eat a herb.
this.
Are you trying not to route the map?
Yeah, I'm trying not to route the map.
I mean, I think 1 turn's fine in this chapter, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It's only
Kill the
like
kid
if you use
anyway,
2
though.
turns where there are reinforcements. I don't remember what triggers the cane to like teleport away in this chapter.
It's like a turn, I think.
Oh, okay.
Better murder the guy anyway, just in case.
Oh, hello, Black Knight. You have like 1 move in the desert. It's very helpful.
Oh yeah, Numita has a pretty brutal convo with Skrimir that I just skipped. I kind of feel bad.
Oh, no, you can show the conversation with the Z button and during Stefan's recruitment. Can't you go through the text
Oh, I
history?
could, but it won't be the same.
It won't be the same, yeah.
I think this enemy phase is almost over, but next chapter is like a huge enemy phase that you can probably do.
The next chapter is definitely a good time.
Sounds good. We'll have
Oh.
a donation to read next
Oh, yes,
time.
two move.
Wow, Black Knight, good unit.
She's talking while silenced.
How can I help? Shove her so she wakes up earlier. Oh, that only works for sleep, right? Shoving.
Does it? I
I
didn't.
think it does. I think you can shove someone to wake up earlier.
I didn't hear about that before.
I did. It
That would be
might
a cool
just be a
detail if it's
misconception.
true.
I'll try it out at some point.
If it's false, new pitfall video.
Yeah, probably.
Dang man,
Maybe.
inaccurate commentary on a marathon run.
I'm sorry, I'll be gone. Bye. I'll be out. Goodbye.
Oh, I forgot how much faster advancements are in Radiant Dawn than like Fates. Because in Fates, when you select a character, you have to manually select whether you swap them or pair them. So that's not like an extra input every time you move someone. It gets annoying. Oh yeah, we got. You remember this crew? Tormod, Morim, and Pika. Yeah, they're back after part 1. And they're
Wait,
kind of under.
back in front one?
Yeah. Well, to be fair, Morim can actually hold his own pretty well. Like he's just so strong and beefy. But Pika and Tormod, not really. So we're hold on. There's a character in this chapter called Oliver. I don't think I need to say much more.
Base level Riz. Or Reese, I guess.
Weenie strats. Feels bad, man.
You're a weenie. You're playing easy mode.
I know.
Nice pure water though. That's nice.
If there is a sleep staff user at the top that's gonna try to put Jill to sleep.
Time to test out that shelf strat that we just talked about.
All right,
Ooh.
I'm gonna read a couple of donations we've gotten.
Go for it.
We got a $5 donation from Brewmaster saying, "Great stream, guys. Lynn is best girl. I don't know if you checked chat rules, but it says Erica is best girl. One of the mods, please ban that guy. He's clearly not following the rules." And we also have another $100 donation from Renewed. Clap. I'll give you claps. I'm kind of holding push to talk, so you can't hear the claps, but pretend there's claps. Another year of extra life with Fire Emblem. Cheers to the streamers and the viewers, and Gwim, I suppose. Have fun. Thank you so much.
Rude. Thanks, Renewed. What do we do at the end of the map? There's 2 options I could do, and I'm considering one. That may or may not end in a corona.
Oh.
Either way gives good conversations. I'm sure. Actually, who would be the one who could get Coronas? Because I don't know if they have a combo.
Nayla, I'm pretty sure.
Nayla does have a pretty funny combo.
Oh, she does. I remember that now.
Yeah, it's pretty
It's
good. Although, to be honest, every combo is good. So
Oh, darn.
They were supposed to have passed, right?
That was weird. I guess I killed the wrong enemy.
Doesn't Jill normally have pass, or am I thinking of something else?
Yeah, you're thinking of something else.
Okay.
Pass
well,
isn't even in the available at the moment.
Okay.
I think the general was just supposed to be dead.
Yeah, he is supposed to be dead. I attacked the wrong enemy with Titania, that's all.
Wow, reset.
Oh well. Improv time.
Yeah, I should have did this instead of killing the general.
Oh well. Thank God for Savior on Lila. Hey, Fika,
Right.
what are you doing with my rescue staff? Come back here.
She's rescuing it. Duh.
Rescuing the rescue user. I love how there's like a sound effect for missing, but it doesn't sound like a staff miss at all. It just sounds like an arrow flying over you.
I know. Nice Tempest Blade.
This
I'm
map
just
is just
thinking
so
about
hard.
what I'm
'cause
doing.
Yeah, if you don't plan out this map properly, you can get run over by reinforcements that even appear at the starting area. So it's very important to end your turn in the right spots, especially with these like all these stationary generals that kill us nearby. I don't know how many of them have 2 range, but a couple of them do, I'm pretty sure. And they are so bulky that even Nyla has like a chance not to kill them in, I think, in hard mode and maybe even normal mode. Kirbymastah will probably correct me on that, but
It
Jill
is
definitely
normal,
doesn't around some of them. It's
I
pretty
think
ridiculous.
Jill starts using a hammer here that she has to reliably kill the generals. Because like
Sounds
in the
good.
game, you only get 2 hammers, I believe, and this is like where you start using summoning hammers because the generals are really bulky. So you want to use a little bit of the hammer here and also at endgame.
Yeah, the first part of Endgame also has a lot of generals, but that's like the last part where you need the hammer, so you don't have to conserve it beyond them. But you get like 40 total uses, because I think each hammer has 20 uses.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not that many generals in the game total, but there are some maps where it's just a lot of generals. I think Ike is also pretty close to one-running generals on easy mode, right? With the Dragnel, or am I wrong?
He needs enough strength, but usually he can on easy
Yeah.
mode at least.
I think at one point there was like a strat of giving Ike like Paragon and like making sure he kills a lot of stuff to get him to enough strength. I definitely remember Fekan having him up there.
I think that was an old strat. I don't remember
Yeah,
when
so-
though.
Like, if I talk Fekan strats, it might even be about his like segmented run, so that's like really old.
Those were the days.
Those were the days. And then we had the days of Kappa Jill.
I miss Fekan. That guy's great. Like he just kind of disappeared. He came back occasionally. And he's like, "I'm back," and then he disappears again. But you know, I guess real life takes over sometimes. So such is life.
So I'm gonna actually have to take another sleep stab because I had to kill that armor in the way.
No.
Oh, the sleep staff.
Pure water to the rescue, I guess.
You're such a weenie for using it.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
That's
Weenie.
if I read a donation.
Sure.
It's an enemy face.
Yep.
Yeah. $25 from Ben Sussman. Thank you so much. I really want to read your name, but this is a family-friendly stream, so I can't read all of it. Just imagine what it was. Thank you.
Stuff. Yeah, Janaf has the rescue staff and a lot of other stuff in his inventory, which seems kind of weird, but he's gonna open a chest and then put the rescue staff in the convoy, and that way other armies will have access to it, because they share the convoy that they use in the preps. So that way the rescue staff can be on multiple armies at once.
So you're saying the convoy used the rescue staff on the used rescue on the rescue staff.
Yeah, they're like warping rescue staff around. Convoy saved the rescue staff.
Now, are we
Hey,
saving
that's-
Oliver or are we killing him?
Save him, or whatever. Who are you gonna kill him with if you kill him?
Last minute donation incentive, in my opinion. Donate now. Before the stream lag.
Glad you said that because we just opened a new donation incentive.
Cool.
That there was actually no donation incentive, but hey, you know what? We'll do one. First donation, you either kill or save Oliver. This is like the animals in AGXQ and all that, except it's Oliver who's way better than those.
It's gonna happen
So,
now, though. It's gonna
Get
happen
your
right
donations
now.
in. First
It
one
needs to come
in.
now. Whatever the first donation is.
Saving him actually would end the map right now.
No, the timer's running out.
Come
Chat
on.
is saying save, save, kill, save, 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 kill. Oh ho, axe the guy, save, save.
Oh, where's the donation?
lot of
We
saving.
need a donation somewhere.
I'll hit my
If you
mark.
donate now, you also save the run, because right now it's bleeding dry. The split is like going red.
Too good of a meme to kill.
I'll hit my mark.
I'm gonna choose myself in a second.
Kill the beauty, save beauty.
Save that beauty. You can't kill beauty.
I'll hit my mark.
True beauty is immortal, this is true.
Oh, true. You know what? That's a good point.
So that means if you kill him, he doesn't actually die. So it's killing him is okay, right?
Yeah,
Because he's so beautiful.
it's true. But he calls everything beautiful, so does that mean that if you kill anything, it doesn't die? So Oliver like calls everything beautiful, except things that try to kill him. So maybe that means you're ugly.
What if you kill Oliver with Raphael using a car? Could you do it? Oh no, his resistance is
No,
ridiculous.
his resistance is way too high. Oh, frick! Runs over, pack it up, boys.
What did
Oh,
you
you skipped the conversation! No! No!
Wow.
I'll hit my mark.
Skip the conversation! Why would
I
you?
knew Kirbymastah should have been the runner. I knew it.
It's over.
No.
Wait, if you reset and resume, doesn't it play the enemy phase again? It does that in GBA.
Did you battle save? If he battle saved before.
But you can also resume
Any
chapter,
turn.
right?
No, not unless you
Oh,
battle
damn.
save.
It's like GBA.
It's only the GBA
Damn.
games that like save every time, all the time.
Reset.
Gwimpage, give me the number of your parents so I can tell them what a disappointment you are.
Pepe hands.
And yes, that is Mekkah you're hearing. I'm afraid.
Oh, so welcome to the one non-route chapter of Part 4 before Endgame. Bitch is gonna take full advantage of that. It's a defeat boss chapter. I think it'll be self-explanatory.
I just
don't
want to
even
say
wanna
that really quickly. We did get one donation in, whether or not to save or kill Oliver, and it was to save him. So the
Okay.
point is okay, guys. We don't have to reset. It's okay. We saved him. It was all.
I almost don't want his battle save for Flare.
Yeah.
I would be
then
okay
we
with
get
dying
Oliver
and then
again,
go
right?
back to Oliver.
Do it. No, you battle save. No. You disgraceful man. Flare.
It just keeps
No.
going downhill
No
from
Flare.
here.
This run's terrible. How could you, Gwimpage?
Self-inflammatory.
Dang.
Time for Endgame.
Hey, time for a long base. Kappa.
Is it-
Normally
think
for endgame, people like do like 10-hour preps, so this is like pick one unit.
Yeah. It's a pretty quick base. It's just a little bit of minor skill management. This is where all your teams converge now, and you have to pick like up to 16 units to bring to endgame. I think like 6 of them are predetermined for you, so you can only pick like actually 10. So we just got Kanegus and Gifka, the 2 lions, are both kind of ridiculous. And Gwimpage wants them to cap their strength, because they do need capped strength in order to pretty much kill what they need to kill.
You know, in honor of Oliver, I guess we could just get him to level 20.
Do it! Yes! You don't need a
How
bonus
is that in
experience for
honor of
anything else,
Oliver?
right?
Where is he?
Oh, get Oliver to level 20. I get it now.
And then we'll bring him.
It's
Where
at the
is he?
bottom. At the bottom. Oh wait, huh? Oh, he's not at the bottom. I guess because he's an Ike army. So it's like
Yes!
Saint Oliver.
I've never
You have
seen
to
this
bring him
before.
out, right? You have to bring him.
I'm pretty sure he caps everything. He's just not great.
I don't think he capped everything. His base speed is so low, dude. It's so low.
Well, actually,
Yeah,
isn't
but-
Saint Cap like Saint Luck Cap 40?
I think his, I don't know. I think his
I'm gonna look
speed
up
cap's
his
like
cap.
31 or something.
Next move stats.
Really
This is
bad.
Saint, right?
Saint.
Saint, where you at? Saints. Okay, Nail Saint is like a 30 speed cap, 25 strength, 36 magic, 30 skill, 30 speed.
He's leveling up
30
speed
luck.
a lot.
35 luck, 22 defense, and 40 res.
There we go, Oliver.
Worth. He didn't
Worth.
cap defense.
He's got a good number of stats, given he's like a late joiner.
Gotta bring him now.
I am.
I think you do have space in easy mode. Like, there's like one unit you don't really need to bring, if I remember.
Yeah, there's like 2. I'm gonna bring Oliver. And we're gonna do,
Oh, give him the purge instead of.
yes!
Tanaka.
Yes!
You only take a limited amount of units, and Oliver takes up like 3 spaces.
Oh, shoot, I'm missing somebody. Oh, to Barn. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, you know where he's all my
Maybe
stuff.
brought Skravir instead of Har.
I remember that, yeah. Where is Tabarn in the list
Nagus
again?
is also missing. I think.
I know the lions are last.
Oh, okay. And Oliver is also there.
Don't you want
sure.
to exit menu before selecting the lions again?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Yeah.
I think you're missing Oliver.
Yeah, you're definitely missing Oliver.
Yeah, that should be the unit order then. I
Is
just
it okay
wanted
if
to make
Oliver's
sure.
last?
Yeah, it's okay.
It shouldn't matter. You have the lions. You have Nyla, Nixala, Tibarn.
It's all you need. All the ridiculous Laguz Royals.
Oliver kind of messed things up though.
This is so good. Oh my god. Can you actually like kill stuff?
I
Like
think
one
you
round
can,
anything?
yeah.
Did you have to shove?
I'll hit my mark.
No, I shoved Ike.
All right. This chapter is kind of dumb because there's like so many generals and it's a route map. It's the last route map in the game. There's a couple of tricky enemies to kill in enemy phase that don't attack you or get countered. So there's like a double bow dude in the corner that doesn't like.
I like how
reach
you said
very
get
easily. There's,
countered.
like bolting people, sleep staff people, all these people. So you really got to make good use of player phase every time.
This is like one of my favorite route chapters in terms of like a speedrunning standpoint because you just use so many units and spread them out so much, and like almost most of the units you use play some sort of important role, and it's really cool. Especially Oliver.
Raphael's
I
very
should've brought
important
the
because he can figure
purge.
4 people.
Yeah. That's actually why we picked Raphael over the other two Herons.
Yeah, because the Yan can figure 2 people, which is not enough, and then Racing can figure 4 people, but only when it's transformed.
I'll
and
hit my
transforming takes
mark.
a turn. And basically every endgame map is 1 turn, so you don't have the turn to wait to transform Racing, so you gotta use Raphael. The only drawback of Raphael is that he doesn't have as much move or flight, but it doesn't matter as much because you can compensate with like shoves.
I'll hit my mark.
Mhm. Like in terms of mobility, Raphael's by far the worst, but like
Oh, dude! Oliver
get
one
that
round
one.
stub!
he does. Do it.
Wait, you turn animations you got. You've been redeemed. Congratulations. Oh, his animation is so gorgeous.
Nosferatu
You lost
tank.
to tanking. Yes.
What is this, Awakening? I did not expect this.
He has his
Kill
own battle
Dickinson with Oliver or your weenie. Do it.
I love how every unit in Rainy Dawn just looks so different on the battlefield. So much different from like GBA games. It works really well for Oliver.
You guys mind if I read some donations?
Sure.
It's a long enemy face. Go for it.
Awesome. We got $12 from Christine. Casual reminder that Zelgius did nothing wrong. Good casual reminder.
Who is he?
We got $10 from Yaninho. That was the Save Oliver one. I didn't read the name, so thank you very much. We got $5 from I Love Lynn Long Time. Lynn is best girl. The chat rules are wrong. I think the chat rules are right. Get this man out of here. Blasphemy. And we got $100 from Cynthia Dowdy. Thank you so much, Cynthia. No message. Thank you so much. We are $3 away from $1,000. That is incredible, guys. Keep it up. Let's get to 1,000 before this run ends. We got this. Thank you so much.
Wow. Tibarn
so
just
cool.
activated Patmos. That means he
Pretty sure
actually would have gotten hit.
Oh, yes! Is it? Ooh. I thought that.
Freaking Oliver.
Infinite HP. Infinite power.
It's infinite until it runs out.
Until his
Yeah.
Nosferatu don't break.
It's infinite except for the part where it's not infinite.
Yeah, it works every time, unless it doesn't work. Yeah, Tibarn in this chapter is kind of like sometimes you want to have like 2 range to kill enemies, but you don't have enough 2 rangers. But Tibarn compensates by forcing a couple of enemies to attack him at 1 range, which helps a lot. It's,
Oliver is
he's blocking the 2
compensating.
range spot.
Oliver's compensating for being Oliver.
Yeah. Yeah, Oliver doesn't need to compensate for anything except maybe for Gwimpage.
Man, if only we could have beat up Lacane with the staff.
That would be glorious. That would require a very beautiful unit, though.
Kind of unrelated, so-ish, but Astrid actually has her own boss conversation with Lacane, which is kind of interesting. A lot of characters do. Like, Carl has his own conversation with Lacane.
Oh, and Hetzel, yeah.
Wait, that's
Really?
I know Har has a conversation with Hetzel. I don't know about Lacane.
Yeah, he has one with both of them.
Okay.
Har has the best conversations because he's like super funny.
Yeah, he like talks smack to them, and they don't even realize.
Rip double bow.
Like, I think Hetzel's like, why are you siding with them? Why would you side against the gods? And Har's like, you can live like 10 lives and you'll never understand. So badass.
I like Nyla's conversation with Lacane. She's like, why do Bjork always think that the world revolves around whatever they're from?
Oh hell yeah! Another kill for Oliver.
Yes.
Worth. What if that guy like ran off to get it healed or something, or got like a concoction because he was weakened? You just stole kills from Gifka, you monster.
True, he got 0 kills this map.
You wasted Lagoon's gem. Reset.
Dang man, I only have like 5 of those.
I'll
you know
hit
what,
my
I should
mark.
I'm gonna save.
Epic Black Knight fight.
Yeah, so the game kind of builds up this fight to like where you kind of fight the Ragnall versus the Allundite, which is the Black Knight's weapon, but like, you know what? I'm gonna use a hammer instead and not care. And it's a lot more powerful than using the Ragnall because it's a freaking hammer on the Black Knight.
I'm gonna
The
do
Black
it.
Knight had like some kind of blessing on his armor to prevent this from happening.
Wait. Are you doing something? Oh, you should use. Are you purging the boss with Oliver? You should totally do it. Purge him.
Purge him from existence. Oh my god.
This is gonna mess up your menus, but it's gonna be worth it.
It's gonna be worth it easily.
It's gonna be so worth it.
Oh my god, it wasn't one random as it is. True beauty is immortal.
I didn't know they had a conversation.
Worth.
Oh my god. This is too good. I'm tearing up.
Easy witchblade.
Congrats, you got the Witchblade. Hope it's useful.
Now I better not miss. Oliver will actually be in danger.
He will not die. Oliver just doesn't die, man. Doesn't he still have the Nosferatu? Oh wait, he doesn't have it equipped. Damn.
No! Oh my god.
Come on. Oh my god.
Oh! Raphael!
I was lost for the meme.
Oh my god! Raphael with the dodge, holy shit.
Saved by luck.
Oh my god, that's too good.
Okay.
I'll give him Dragon Foe with Oliver.
Do you have Dragon Foe? Where do you get? You get it from the
Nah,
desert,
you get
right?
it from like the desert.
Yeah. Okay.
So we didn't get it. I can still deploying him.
We just got it redeployed. Hopefully this will fix my unit order.
I wonder if you can try to give the final blow to Oliver.
Oh shit.
Probably not. Degenzi is super bulky.
Oh god.
Or maybe you could double purge him with Raphael's help.
Did you mess up the deployment order or something?
Yeah.
Like shoves?
Oh,
That
you
should be
still,
worth. I was trying
still
to shove
fine,
Gifka,
right?
but he's so freaking big.
he's too fat.
You can still reach, right?
Yeah,
mean,
I can. I
Oh,
thought.
you don't even.
For
You
some
don't need
reason-
chip because it's
Yeah, for some reason in the moment I thought, oh, Gifka has to be like refreshed from above or something. But no, it's fine. Ow!
Higher time.
Ire.
Ow!
Ouch. Gifka don't care.
Yeah, Gifka's on a cover tile actually, so he has plus 10 defense. So
He
he was
totally
able
would
to
have
tank it.
died.
He would have died without the cover tile.
Rare footage of a unit actually surviving a mastery skill.
And Koenig is fine, even though he's not on a defense tile, because he has a skill called Parity, which negates Terran bonuses and skills and
You
everything.
know what's funny?
Basically everything, yeah.
That Oliver thing I just did actually fixed my deployment order.
It's the true fixer of everything. Yeah, all these tappers are kill boss. So
Yeah, this chapter is kind of cool because like Sephiron, the boss, is surrounded by 4 auras and they take damage for him. But you have to either kill the auras or just shove them out of the way. So he's gonna kill 2 of them and shove the other 2 and then snipe Sephiron.
And I think Sephiron's they have like a weird hidden guard skill where they take damage for Sephiron, but if Sephiron would proc his master skill against you, they actually don't proc it, so then he can kill you. He like cheats the RNG.
Yeah, he does kind of cheat. Like it actually used to be a routing issue when I was routing this in normal mode, where it's like if Gifka had a chance of dying despite having guard there, and I'm just like, wait, what? But I had to work around it. Oliver, yes! He double. Oh no.
Can other lovers of beauty endure such a loss?
Can other lovers of beauty endure such a loss?
Judgment cannot come soon enough.
I confess that your presence has me bewildered. Judgment cannot come soon enough.
I already did the Gareth waifu, Gregster. Come on. Reddit says Gareth is a bad unit split.
This is the last chapter. All right. So a little bit of a semi-serious commentary. So the last boss of Shara is
I'll
surrounded by
hit
8
my
auras,
mark.
and you have to defeat all 8 of them. They're very dodgy and very bulky. Half of them are on plus 10 defense tiles, and half of them are on plus 10 resistance tiles. And to be able to destroy them, you really want to take advantage of Gareth and Anna's pool abilities, which they're basically any unit adjacent to them will get a plus 5 boost to their strength and skill, which is really useful. So Gwimpage is going to be positioning Gareth, Nasir, and Anna appropriately to take advantage of that. And Nasir himself has a different pull ability, which boosts speed by plus 5. Because Har actually can't. These auras are really fast, and Har actually can't double attack them
Ow.
without the white full speed boost.
I missed.
You missed with Har?
Yeah, that like barely happens.
Time to use Oliver then.
You know what?
Oh.
I might actually be able to.
I think this is a comfort
Oh
tile.
no!
Yeah, it does. That sides are cover tiles.
Yeah. Rip.
Oh, doesn't Nasir boost magic by plus 10 though?
Your boost magic,
No!
yeah. Oh.
Darn.
No, so close.
So close, yet so far. What is your actual backup strat? Is it like Nisala?
I,
Oh yeah, Ike doesn't do anything otherwise, from what I remember.
Ike boy.
Should have brought Rex Aura.
Darn! You're right.
I should have given Raphael Blossom so he didn't get a level up. Should have brought this Aura. Rip all of his strats. Oh, Har almost died.
Yeah.
I've seen many people sack Har on this map. I'm gonna make it a point not to.
Unforgivable.
I've done it before. I'm just like, I'm too lazy to think of. I'm just gonna sack Har.
Yeah, do you sacrifice with Micaiah or something? Forgot.
I think you do use sacrifice on Har with Mikai, so you can take another hit.
But if you have to fortify, you can now heal with Oliver.
You can? Yes, you can.
That
Do you
doesn't
have
a
the
healing
export
staff. I think this run uses 0 healing staffs ever.
Healing staves. Yeah, you're right. It
Yeah.
doesn't.
Healing staffs are
Like the only staff used is like rescue. Astrid and Marsha died for this. They died so Oliver can get a kill.
It's true.
All right.
Oh, if Har misses, he dies, right?
I don't
Oh, yeah,
think
he would
can.
die. He would die if he missed, but I don't know if he can with a +10 skill boost. Like,
Yeah, like
the +5 skill boost is pretty significant because the R's are very dodgy. Let alone +10 skill.
I find it very fitting that Har and Jill are two of the last people to attack in this run. Oh my
Yes!
god, no, you're not. No, you won't. No, you won't.
You better refresh him, too. You better refresh him for more attacks.
66.
Darn, man, I can't do anything with Oliver. We tried.
We tried. Can you silence her? Can you try using silence on her just for the
No.
lulz? Oh no.
I can't.
Time will be
All the
coming.
power I have.
All right,
Take Oliver's power.
Who
time
needs
is coming up,
Blizzard,
by the way, Dark Demon. All right, time.
Oh. Oliver for the win. I can't wait to see Oliver on the character rankings where he's like over 2/3 of the cast. He actually killed like 4 units.
Even though he joined like one chapter before Endgame.
Yeah.
At the end of it.
Well, I guess this is over.
That
Better
was
on the
an
way back.
amazing run. That run was incredible.
Everyone's waiting for us.
Uh.
That was an amazing, amazing one. We're gonna do a small incentive, which is, I believe at the end of this game, there's a kill count of who got the most amount of kills. I will donate. I'll donate a penny per kill on the top unit.
Oh, okay. Thinking.
So-
That's gonna be like 187, I think.
So there you go. I think chat, you can join in. That's something I think you guys can do. Donate $1.87 or whatever the amount is. And we'll do this. The small incentive will be fun. And plus, it'll be exciting. We can bet on who it's going to be. I'm pretty sure we all know the answer of who it's going to be. It's Oliver. Clearly, Oliver carried this entire playthrough. He's been with us since day one. He's actually Mekkah in disguise. And so, thank you so much for coming, guys. It's been incredible.
Thanks
Been
for
fun.
having us. This was a
Yeah.
lot of fun.
This was a ton of fun, and I'm really glad I was able to showcase this speedrun.
Oliver.
Showcase Oliver.
Quote unquote speedrun. Flare showcase.
So what's coming up after this then?
After this, we're going to take a small break, and then we're going to have Robert Clawworthy, the voice actor of Black Knight, Zelgius, and Finn on.
Ooh.
Now, we did plan him to be on relatively soon, but we will let you guys know when he is coming on. But still sit tight. We're going to go for this screen, and I'll play some music in the background. We can figure out how much money was the top, because unless we did already, I kind of have Discord open. I can't see it. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And we had $1,000. Yay.
Yeah, we got $1,025. We actually have a $25 donation I can read.
Ooh.
Yes, which is from I have to refresh. Soap Gorilla. No message. Thank you for the $25. And of course, to what got us to 1,000, $3 from Say. Thank you, Say, for the $3.
Great stuff. Just can't wait for the kill counts. I like seeing the turn count, but I like the kill count more. Hey, it's not listing Micaiah's kill from FE13. I demand a recount.
How many kills did Makai get? She got like 1, didn't she? Or like 2?
LAS.
Oh, true. The one that mattered.
I like how all of Endgame is like 1 or 2 turns. Pretty typical for this game. Time for the 0 kill people. Oh, right, dead people.
Ileana.
Dead people first.
Ileana, no.
Ileana killed a lot more than most people in the speedrun.
Looks like it's confirmed that Mia is worst girl, actual. I'm surprised Meg is alive, despite the fact that she got killed.
Yeah, she got a hand axe thrown at her.
So
like
did all these
13
people
just
pretty
drove
much.
by and just like threw a hand axe
Well,
and kept
Aaron
running.
got bopped by Liliana.
That face when you join in part 1, but you have the same amount of kills as someone who joins in part 4.
Oh, Sanaki strats, I forgot. Normally she's at 0.
Oh yeah, it sounded like you did get a kill.
Danvet got a kill.
Congratulations, Mekkah. You got it. 1 kill.
I do what I can.
Oh, Gifka
Leonardo
got,
got
like,
more kills.
3 orbs.
Leonardo got the same amount of kills as Gift got.
Oliver with
Because
a
of Oliver.
5.
Yes, the man himself. At nerd. Worst.
Oliver with that 5-0 KD.
I think
Who
we're
got
getting
top
pretty
5?
close to seeing what it is.
Yeah, top 5.
Oh, top 5. Here it comes, guys.
Bike.
Who could have seen that coming?
The one and only. Stealth, even though he hasn't done anything for like 3 parts.
Yeah, that was pretty much all part 1.
Killer of Beasts. Hey, it's a Dragon Lord. Surprise. Like I would say Sally's.
Jill and Titania are like really close in kills.
Yeah, I'm
You
just
ever
about
get-
to say like Jill typically is second, I think.
You would think so, because Jill is like whole parts to herself. I think Titania's pretty important.
I knew it was 168.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of
Oh.
Marsha from Path of Radiance, where it's like 180-ish.
I think Marsha barely breaks 100 in Path of Radiance.
Or is it?
Because
Okay,
you
I'm
avoid
just
fighting
mixing
so
stuff
much.
up. Oh no, I'm
All right,
thinking
guys.
I'm
Celebrate
thinking
our
about
Lord
this
and
one.
Savior Har by
Har,
donating $1.68. $1.68. That means a lot to us, and we can celebrate Har and his
Alternatively, donate 5
hard
cents.
fought victory.
Donate 5 cents for
Return.
Oliver.
Yeah, $1.73. You gotta get that Oliver.
Alrighty, once again, thank you everybody, and we'll see you guys around. Hope you enjoy the rest of the marathon, and the rest of the
GG.
month's streams.
See you in
Enjoy
2
the rest of
weeks.
the team. Yep.
Will you survive? Will you survive? Will you survive? Will you survive?